Well, yeah, a very good morning to you all, or good afternoon, or even good evening. I'm DJ Sean, and welcome through to a very special stream, the stream that we get to do once every month, which is our donation stream. Today, while doing some flying around Pilotedge and trying to knock out some more I ratings, we do our live donation through to the Cancer Council, where we donate over $200 to that charity. If you haven't seen me before, guys, hi, I'm DJ Sean. I am a charity streamer, which means that I do this to raise various money and awareness for different charities. And this month we've been very busily working towards raising money for the Cancer Council. Cancer Council is a fantastic charity. They do a lot of work with not only people going through cancer treatment, but also their families on providing them some of the skills to cope, some information, and general support, not only for those people who are obviously going through the cancer treatment themselves, but also the people and their families that are going through it with them. So it's a fantastic cause. It's a cause that's very, very close to my heart, having a family member touched by cancer, a very, very close family member, and that ongoing. It's something that is very close to my heart. So I'm absolutely rapt that we were able to do that for this month. And we've done it really, really well at the tune of over $207.30, which is absolutely fantastic. And what we'll do is we'll get some flying out of the way. We'll do some flying, and we'll go through and do that charity probably after maybe this the i6 rating, I reckon. The i6. Those of you who have followed me on previous videos, I have been working through on Pilotedge, which is a professional online network for pilots and sim enthusiasts to fly in North America, the western side of North America, and practice their procedures, proficiencies, and talk with some real controllers and some guys that are trained up by real controllers, and they're to a very, very, very high standard. Can be a little bit intimidating, Pilotedge, initially when you get on, especially when you cock it all up like I have a couple of times, and you get your slap over the knuckles, which is oh well, it's always good fun. It's always worth having a crack. But they are very helpful. They're very supportive. They're very professional, which is fantastic. So thoroughly enjoying my time on the network. It's not free. You've got to pay a little bit for it, but quality is something that you should have to pay for. So those of you who have followed me a little bit, you know the stream's looking a little bit different. I've been working with my subscribers to rejig the stream format here and make it a little bit easier to see. Not so much I guess, blackness or darkness on the stream, and I think that's looking pretty good. For some reason, I don't know what it is, but typical stream day, I've got dogs scratching at my doors because I walked in with a banana, so they want a piece of that. I've got my streaming overlay, so Project Fly doesn't seem to want to, it's connected to X-Plane, but it doesn't want to come up on the stream. Well, these things happen, so you just rock and roll with it. So that's cool. We'll work through that. So I hope you enjoy. Those of you who have been watching me notice would know that I fly around. I've been flying around the States in a wonderful aircraft called a Panthera, which is made by a Slovenian company. And you know what? I am going to look that up that again because I always forget who bloody makes it. Aircraft, and I want to call them out because I think it's fantastic. Pipistrel is the name of the company in real life that do it. It's been meticulously recreated in an X-Plane by Aerobasque, who do some absolutely fantastic aircraft. I've got their Eclipse 1000 little jet. I've got their Eclipse 550, which is their little corporate jet. I've also got their Epic 1000, which is you can think of it as a slightly smaller PC-12, which is what we're in today. And I've got their Panthera, which is absolutely fantastic. So With these next I ratings, we're flying out of large airports. We're flying. We're starting to get into a lot more of the pointy end of IFR, so a lot more chart reading, a lot more technical flying. So what I mean by that is a lot more to do with SIDS, so standard instrument departures, stars, so standard terminal arrival routes, backtracking, hold and lieu, approach turns, and all that sort of stuff that having an aircraft with a slightly more advanced avionics package definitely helps with the workload. Uh, the counter argument to that is though this aircraft goes a crap load faster, so you kind of maybe outweighing by the fact that everything's happening fast. You've got to be ahead of the aircraft. Yeah, you've got avionics that make it easy, but are you really just counteracting that with a really fast turbine or turboprop, which is what we've got today? Yeah, I've done a fair bit of flying in this little aircraft. And it's not too bad. So we'll see how we go. I'm trying to knock out 3 I ratings today. That's a tough ask when you're not as caffeinated as I should be, and we've got to do some donations in there as well. One of the things I will quickly talk about is those of you who normally watch me not in VR will notice that I normally have a nice, really big, beautiful mic, which makes me sound so much better. Unfortunately, with all the moving and stuff like that, and the fact that I've got an iPad just under me here for handwriting, it makes it a little bit impossible to have a big boom mic. I haven't got one of those lovely big arms that I really should invest in, which I probably will very soon. Invest in to get, and then I can go back to that mic. But we're going to have to deal with this little guy for now. So I have made some improvements. He's got a little wind sock thingy over him, not wind sock. I don't know. There's a technical name for a little bit of foam that goes over the mic to stop popping. Hopefully it's working. Pop, pop, pop. Maybe, maybe not. But alas, we will continue. So as I said, we are sitting here in the PC-12. So this is this little guy just here. Little, it's definitely bigger than the Panthera, that's for sure. So this guy is the Carinado. It's my Aussie for you. PC-12. It's the PC-12 HD. I do take a little bit of HD. Yeah, the textures could have been better, guys. Maybe you call HD something different. It's a really nice aircraft. In typical Carinado fashion, I feel very, very pretty aircraft. Systems-wise, could have been a little bit better, maybe. Just my opinion. Flight dynamics, yeah, maybe could have been a little bit better. So there's room for improvement, but everyone knows that with Carinado, which is fine. A lot of people get their aircraft and tweak them a little bit, and we've done exactly that. So we've got anyone who knows me quite well knows that I do a lot of streaming in virtual reality, and I fly this. I have flown this aircraft in VR, and it has got the SimLabs VR treatment. So you can go to SimVR Labs website and download a couple of files for this, and they tweak the VR click spots to make it a little bit easier in certain things in VR when you're grabbing knobs and knockers and all that sort of stuff. It has also been had a flight dynamics adjustment by the fantastic team over at AeroSim Gaming. I think that's those guys. Is it those guys? I'm pretty sure it's those guys. If I've got that wrong, Milo's going to kill me. Those guys have done some fantastic work on flight dynamics, and they've changed that. And one of the things I did is I downloaded the PC-12 straight away. I chucked the SimLabs VR changes into it, and I chucked the lovely work on the flight dynamics changes that have been done, and I uploaded that into it straight away. So I never really got to feel default Carinado, oh god, that's going to kill me, flight dynamics in this aircraft, which I've gone back to over the last couple of days just to see what it's like. I've gone back to the adjusted flight dynamics, so we're back in those today. So I have been flying. I did a lot of flying in this yesterday just to get familiar with the systems, get familiar with the aircraft. The checklist for the real aircraft, 30-40% of that is only modelled in the aircraft. and all the switches are in their default positions, and they always reset to default positions. There's no save state unless maybe one of you guys know how to do it. So the checklist you can kind of breeze through, and I've got it pretty much down to some mental notes now. So it's not normally to my high standard that I like for aircraft, but it is a nice aircraft to fly. It's now more so, and that big turboprop at the front of this thing really knocks out the torque. It really rips along. So we're trying to get the 3 ratings done today. That's the i6, the i7, and the i8. And I don't think we'll have to fill the aircraft up at all. We'll be able to go. It's fully fueled at the moment. It's almost max takeoff weight. This thing will still rip around at max takeoff weight. It's still a really nice aircraft, even with a bit of weight in it, which mostly are a bit like your car. You get a bit of weight in it, it sort of settles a bit more, and it feels a little bit more stable. The same as in aviation mostly, and this is no exception. But we are sitting here in lovely Los Angeles, the airport. Sitting here in X-Plane 11, which is with some ortho scenery, which looks absolutely fantastic. And if we look over here, it's quite a pretty sight as we look over here, and we are using FS FS Global Real Weather, which is punching in all our weather for us, which is doing a really good job at it. Some sudden wind changes every now and again, but that's just part of it. Alrighty, we seem to be back on track now, which is good. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and have a little bit of a look here. What I will do is I'll get the aircraft just powered up a little bit here. We'll pull these guys out of the way. Great design there, Pilatus. Alrighty, so what do we want to do? We want the external power we've got here connected to the aircraft, battery 1, battery 2, and we'll chuck the nav lights on, avionics 1 and 2.
November 524, Mike Lima, departure frequency 1, departure will be used tower, squawk 1765.
1765 for Mike Lima.
118.
November for Mike Lima, runway 21, taxi via Bravo.
21 via Bravo.
Alright, we just changed that frequency there for a little bit just to give ourselves a little bit of a break while we go through and get organised. Alrighty. Let me just bring some stuff up here, guys, to get us sorted. So we are going to start with the i6 rating today, which will I'll run us through in just a second. Alright, bring that guy up. Alrighty, so the I rating. Okay, so as I was talking about earlier, we are doing the I ratings here for Pilotedge, which means that we need to start here. So we've already done the I1, which is fly an ILS. We've done I2, which is fly between 2 airports and shoot an ILS. We've done our introduction to tech routes and shooting another ILS. We've done the dealer's choice, where we've had to go and fend for ourselves and lodge our own plan, which we've gone and done. And we've then done Burbank to Vegas. We did that in the Eclipse 550, and that was a really good flight out of Burbank through to Vegas. That was my first ever flight to Vegas, and we did it pretty well. Didn't have anything happen to us. New Speedy, welcome to the stream, buddy. Hello. So now it's time for the i6. So now we get to the business end here. So they've retired the i9 for now, which is nice. It means we hopefully get to skip one. But knowing my luck, that won't happen. It'll probably, by the time we refresh this page next, this will probably be back. But alrighty, so it's the full precision approach here. So it's going to be Los Angeles, So I've got this here. Let me bring this up. So the I-6 is Los Angeles to Santa Ana, so John Wayne Airport here. So so we're going to fly a SID from KLAX and shoot a full ILS approach from my 20 right with sans vectors, which is fairly straightforward. The trick with this one is the departure out of Los Angeles. That's the one they're really looking at you for. So if we look at the departure out of Los Angeles, so before that, if we look at the learning objectives for this one, so you need to understand and comply with a SID. It's fairly straightforward. Understand and comply with climb via SID instructions. That's a really important one that can trip people up, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Including the need to communicate climbing via this SID, which is also really important. Understand the feeder, initial and intermediate and final segments of an approach. That's something that is fairly straightforward. You just need to make sure that you look at it. What are you going to do, if I may ask? So New Speedy, we are doing our I ratings, so we're back on Pilotedge here in X-Plane 11 over in the States. We're sitting on the ground at Los Angeles in the beautiful Pilatus PC-12, and we're going to be working on our next rating. So some of the streams we did last weekend was going through I ratings 1 through 5. Today with the stream, we're hoping to get I ratings 6, 7, and 8 done, as well as our donation stream in about an hour, where we'll do our live donation through to charity. So learn how to request an approach over the one that's already in use. So that's just asking a request during flight. Learn how to fly a course reversal. So this is something I spoke about before the stream stuffed up. And New Speedy, why have you? Is everything not lagging? I'm in sync. I just had a problem before there where I got a little bit out of sync. I don't think I'm out of sync now. No, I think I'm pretty good. Which is good. Everything's perfect. Awesome. Okay. I did my big intro, and then about 5 minutes in, I realised that my mouth wasn't moving on stream yet. Voice was still coming through. So that's what you get for using multiple computers, I guess. So learn how to fly a course reversal. In this case, a hold in lieu of procedure turn. So I spoke about that before my stream stuffed up, and we'll go through that in a little bit more detail. So flying the rating. So we're going to inform ATC on initial contact at Los Angeles that we're performing the I-6 rating, and that's where your stress level goes up a notch. Copy and read back all IFR clearance to Bob Hope. I'm pretty sure that's Bob Hope. Santa Ana Bob Hope. Was that Santa Ana Bob Hope? These names still elude me. No, it's John Wayne. Bob Hope's Burbank. Oh well, I'm getting there. I'll probably fail this already. So we want to conduct an IFR flight from Los Angeles to John Wayne, to Santa Ana. So report to SoCal departure, your current altitude, and that you are climbing via the SID. So that's when we talk about climbing via the SID, especially out of Los Angeles, that's a really, really important one. And then somewhere in cruise, before we get to over Seal Beach, we'll request the full ILS 20 approach, where they'll clear us from Seal Beach. They won't vector us. So they'll probably tell us to, reach Seal Beach at or above 4,000, cleared ILS approach 20 right, and then we fend for ourselves at the top of Seal Beach, and we'll go through that in a little bit more detail in just a minute. So the rating description, so they even give you the routes, which is really nice. But your rating increases and explain what can you do more or you already do. So New Speedy, this is we're connected to a network. This isn't anything to do with X-Plane. X-Plane's just the simulator we're using to accomplish the I ratings. And when you finish the I ratings, you're recognised as a rated pilot on the network. And it opens the doorway for you to get in to start using their charter service, and you can basically operate commercially in virtual space, which is kind of cool. So there'll be more coming to the ratings soon. This is, I think, one of their first, second, or third iterations of it. But it basically covers off all the stuff that you should know if you're flying around the network. This is a professional network. These guys take no prisoners. They if you cock up, they're onto you, and they don't hold back. And some of these guys, or a lot of these guys, are all real controllers, getting paid to do this. So they expect some professionalism back. So yeah, that's why we do it. So they give you the route, which is really nice. So we're turboprops. We're not a jet. We're turboprops, and we ain't a piston. So we would normally take this one in the Panthera, but being in the PC-12, we get to step it up a notch. So that's the Seal Beach 8 departure with the Seal Beach transition. Or Seal Beach 7 departure, sorry, with a Seal Beach transition. The Seal Beach 8 is now active, and we'll probably get that one. But we'll chuck that in the flight plan. Alrighty, so there you go. It talks about this right now. The version numbers of the SIDs will change over time. Where possible, ATC usually provides vectors to the final approach course, accumulating the familiar phrase 5 miles from the marker, fly heading whatever, cleared ILS approach. That's not going to happen. We'll speak about that a little in a minute. So we can skip all that. Climbing via the SID. So you normally say 1500, say climbing 4000. It's not what we're going to do. It's going to be, say if we're at 1500, it's 1500 climbing via SID. And we'll talk about that one too in just a second. Alrighty, so if we have a little bit of a we'll need to go and install X-Plane again. You can do this in Prepared 3D, buddy. I think you can also do it in VATSIM X, maybe. Don't quote me on that. It's probably something you want to check out. Alrighty, so let's have a little look at the chart now. So they're talking about. Let me just bring this up. So we wanted that one. Where are we? Approach 20 right. Oh, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? We don't want you, we want you. Done. There we go. And for some reason you want to go over there. Nope, you're still going to go over there? Yeah, cool, you're going to go over there, alright. Whoops. What do we want to do? So, you, and... that there. Alrighty, so let's get the chart up here. We'll unfilter that. Just put you down to 300. No, we'll make you a bit more, 400. 500, 450. And there we go. We'll just leave you about there. That's probably going to be good enough. Okay, so this is the guy I'm talking about here. So we'll go via Seal Beach. So for our approach, this is the ILS approach for 20 right, which means that they'll clear us over the top of Seal Beach here, and they'll clear us if we'll make sure we request it, but they'll clear us for the full ILS approach for 20 right. Which means that over this, it's all on us. So while we fly outbound here, radial 049, and then we get to Saga. When we get to Saga, we actually don't turn onto the approach. We're going to do a hold in lieu, or what it's called is a hold in lieu of procedure turn. And what that basically means is that we're going to fly outbound on the opposite of this guy here, do a left-hand turn, track back in, and then jump on heading 144 that you can see here, and then hit Saga again inbound. And they might request us to report inbound Saga, and then we'll call that where they'll say they'll probably swing us to tower. So that's the only thing really different about that. We just need to make sure that we brief the approach. We know the minimum safe altitudes. And we know basically what we're going to be doing here. One of the things is we spoke about a feeder. What's a feeder for an approach? This solid line is the feeder line. So this is the approach you fly. This is the path you fly, which feeds you from, say, Seal Beach, which you can see just here, onto the approach. So it feeds you onto the approach. That's a good way to remember it. So this is going to be a relatively short flight. It's going to be even shorter in the PC-12, but it's fairly straightforward. Given that it is the early morning for me after a nice big birthday night. I had a friend's birthday last night, which I'm still not recovering. Well, I am recovering from it. So lots of coffee. Alrighty, so looking a little bit at a more top-down view, and if we zoom out here a little bit, it is going to be a relatively short flight, so we're going to be flying southeast from Los Angeles down here. Should be a good little flight. The weather's good. It would be nice to conduct these flights in true IFR conditions where we can't see anything, but it's not the case. It's very much VFR in California at the moment. The weather's really quite good, but that's okay. That's no problem. Alrighty, so that one there will bring you up there and get you ready. So what we need to do is file a good old flight plan. So we'll do that now. So we'll bring this up here. So that's the guy that we want. So that's the route, relatively straightforward route. We will go to. Actually, I probably need to sign in real quick, and then I'll lodge the plan, which you guys can see. There we go. File a flight plan. Alrighty, so that one we're going to be November 585 Sierra Mike. We're going to be in a PC-12. We've got our equipment listed /G for this one. 250 knots true airspeed. We absolutely hammer in this aircraft. We're going to. I better make sure I get all that right. Going to KSNA. We're cruising at 5,000 feet. Our alternate will go is KSAN. We'll go down to San Diego if we cock it all up. That's the guy we want. So we want the I-6 rating. And we'll chuck a quick plug for me in there as well, so the controller can watch me do it if he wants to, or he or she wants me to. If I can speak proper English. Okay, so we're flying IFR on November 585 Sierra Mike. We're a Pilatus PC-12 with /G. We're not heavy, there's only one aircraft. Our true airspeed is 250 knots. We're flying from Los Angeles to Santa Ana at 5,000 feet. West is even, east is odds, yep, so that's right. Our alternate is down to San Diego. We want the SLI, it's going to be 8. Oops. SLI. The current departure is the SLI 8 to SLI, where we will shoot that. It's the I-6. File the flight plan. Your flight plan has been successfully filed. Alrighty, we're in it now. Alrighty, so let's have a bit of a look back at the charts here real quick. So what do we got here? Los Angeles clearance is going to be 12035. 12035. 12035. Transfer. And guys,
departure frequency 124.7. Squawk 4443.
Let me know if those guys are too loud and I can turn them down a little bit.
Okay, Oxnard ground, Cirrus 911 Charlie Kilo, cleared to the Van Nuys Airport. Flight heading 255 and then vectors to CAM, then as filed. Expect 4,000, expect 5,000. 5 minutes later, departure frequency 124.7, squawk 4443, 1 Charlie Kilo.
It's good to hear them loud and clear.
Oh, Charlie Kilo, is that correct?
What we might do is while we just wait for the plan. The plan's in the system now, but what we might do is just get the ATIS real quick. So let me get that up. Actually, let me get a little bit more organised than that. Hey, so this is my little iPad that you can see in the bottom right of your screen. So what are we? We are November 5. If I can write properly, 585 Sierra Mike. That's our call sign for the flight today. We're a PC-12, so I don't forget. We're going from Los Angeles to John Wayne, so KLAX to KSNA, and I'm just going to put John Wayne, otherwise I'll forget it. It's going to be the SLI 8 to SLI, and then we want the full ILS for 20 right. There we go. Alrighty, let's get the ATIS now. If you don't know what the ATIS is, it's the Automatic Terminal Information Service. It provides us current weather details for the airport. and it's an automated system, so I'll play that now.
To 5 right. Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions. All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have Quebec.
Quebec.
Los Angeles International Airport information Quebec. 2153.
Oh, don't do that, or it stops it.
Delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have Quebec.
Yes, I do have
Los
that.
Angeles
Tell me what the
International
ATIS is without
Airport
stopping.
information Quebec. 2153 Zulu. Wind, 260 at 12. Visibility 10. Few clouds at 25,000. Temperature 24. 2.17. Altimeter 2982. Simultaneous instrument approaches are in progress to runway 24 right 25 left, or a vector for a visual approach will be provided. Simultaneous visual approaches to all runways are in progress, and simultaneous approaches are in progress, between Los Angeles and Hawthorne airports. Departing runway 24 left. 25 right. Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions.
Yeah, we can do
All
that.
VFR departures.
Alright, so we have information Quebec, so the wind is 260 at 12. What was the command so you can see it in the chat? So it's !meta space KLAX. So I'll do that for you now, buddy, if you like. KLAX, there you go. So I've got 260 at 12 information Quebec. We've got good visibility, there's a few clouds at 25,000 feet, temperature 24. Yeah, it's pretty close to bang on actually. It's really close to real world weather, which is nice. So yeah, the wind is 260 at 12, we've got good visibility, few clouds at 25,000 feet. Won't have to worry about those guys. It's 24 degrees outside. The altimeter is 2982. We'll go and set that now, 2982, which we've got set there. They're doing ILS approaches or instrument approaches to 24 left and 24 right, visual approaches to everything else. The departure runways are 24 left and 24 right. Information Quebec. So let's go looky here, and let's bring the chart back up for Los Angeles, and we'll have a quick squiz at that. So we're down here to the south. I'll just bring that over here, the south of the airport. If we look here, so 24, that's 25. So 24's on the other side of the airport. 25 right's over this side. So I dare say, even though they've told us the ATIS has told us 24 left and 25 right, I dare say we might get cleared for 25 left. It might just be easier, but we'll chuck 25 right in there. I imagine the departure of both of those is going to be relatively the same, and we'll go from there. Let's get the iPad back up. We'll just chuck our departure in there real quick. So we had 25 right, we'll chuck in there for now. 25 right, load departure. There we go. Alrighty, and I'll brief the departure once we get our clearance. Alrighty, so let's get some blue back up here. Let's go back to clearance.
Make sure. 357 my uniform. Clear for takeoff. Downwind. Left. Yeah, downwind to the left. So Mike uniform, confirm you want to close traffic. So my uniform departing south to KSMX. So my uniform rudder left downwind departure.
Guy's taking his time on
So
the
my
radio.
uniform left on departure.
I feel like that guy's really operating at the level
Oxford Tower Cirrus 9011 Charlie Kilo, holding short 25 at Alpha, ready for departure. 9011 Charlie Kilo, Oxford Tower, runway 25, clear for takeoff. Clear for takeoff, 9011 Charlie Kilo.
Los Angeles clearance, very good afternoon. Pilatus, PC12 November 585 Sierra Mike, IFI to John Wayne.
5850, Mike. Los Angeles clearance clear, John Wayne Airport, Seal Beach 8 departure, Seal Beach direct. Climb via SID, accept maintain accept maintain 5000. Departure frequency 125.2.
Oh my
Squawk
god.
4473.
Clarence, sorry, we're going to have to get you to slow down on that one, November 5850. Mike, can we get you to go ahead again?
Yep, no problem. Clear to John Wayne Airport, Seal Beach 8 departure, Seal Beach direct. Climb via SID, accept maintain 5000. Departure frequency 125.2. Squawk 4473.
Thank you again for that. Our apologies. So I cleared to John Wayne at the Seal Beach 8 departure, Seal Beach. Climb via the SID, expect to maintain 5000. Airborne 1252 and squawk 4473, November 5850, Mike.
50, Mike, feedback correct?
God,
San Tower,
moving
129 up Quebec, midfield, runway 29.
Raced through that.
Quebec, runway 29.
Alright, let's switch that comms frequency there real quick. Okay, so before I go any further, the aircraft that we're in is obviously the PC-12, and it's been fitted with the Reality XP GTN 750. And what I can say is, don't ever leave home without it. The GTN 750, if you're thinking about getting the GTN 750, it is a fantastic little unit. I highly recommend it. Damn, it was stressy. Is always stressy. Yeah, he's obviously said that a few thousand times, and yeah, if your first flight of the day is an Australian and going up against a Yank accent, I'm like, oh, I can't write fast enough, brain's turning off. Okay, so it's the Seal Beach, so it's nothing, no surprises here. It's Seal Beach 8 departure. But we're climbing to 5,000, and there's going to be a trick there. Airborne frequency is 1252, and our squawk 4473. So let's go ahead and do that now. 4473. Enter you. We were cleared to 5,000, but I've only put 3,000 in, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and pop the iPad away now. We'll bring up the Seal Beach 8 SID chart. Seal Beach 8, there we go. It's very exciting. Alright, let's bring the chart back up. So this is the Seal Beach 8 departure. So if I zoom in here a little bit, just make sure you guys can see it. It calls for heading 251. And there's a Santa Monica VOR here, so basically I'll save you the text here, but it says climb on heading, so for our runways it says climb on heading 251 to cross Santa Monica, radial 154 at or below 3000, then turn left heading 201 for radar vectors to Seal Beach. So what we're going to do is we take off straight ahead, but we've got a radial in front of the aircraft from Santa Monica, which is just off to our right, and we need to make sure that when we're climbing up, and this thing climbs like a little bit of a rocket, that we don't climb past 3,000 feet until we're past that radial. And the logic behind that is they shoot VFR aircraft across us. Obviously, you've got Santa Monica Beach, you've got Venice Beach, you've got a very long beach on the coast of California here, and they've dumped LAX just here. So you get a lot of VFR aircraft and a lot of traffic flying in across Los Angeles. And if we climb up too fast, we'll climb up into those guys. So they hold us no more than 3,000 until we're past that radial, and then we can punch out and take off and go higher. So that's the logic behind it. Makes a lot of sense. I've heard a lot of people busting this and just flying straight up and getting torn apart by the controllers. So we need to make sure that we don't do that. So this is something that the GTN 750 will do for it puts it on the map for us. There's no VNAV in the PC-12, or at least this version of the PC-12. So we have to manually monitor that. So one of the things that I will be doing is I'll just put the aircraft on heading mode. I'll have a radial of 154 up. We'll fly heading 251 until we hit the radial 154, which is this guy here, and then we do our left-hand turn, provided that we are on 25 left or 25 right. If they give us 24 left or 24 right, which there's no chance they're going to do, we just fly straight ahead. So we expect vectors. meters from that point. Pretty straightforward, but there's a little catch there, and if you don't catch it, there's a little nigglet there. If you don't catch it, you can get caught out quite easily. So yeah, that's really exciting. And then it's straight to Seal Beach, and you can see Seal Beach is right here. So this is going to be a relatively short flight. We just need to make sure we're on top of our game. Okay, so it's radio 154. So what we're going to do is we're going to chuck Santa Monica in there at the frequency here we've got is 110.8, 1108. We'll transfer you there, which should shoot up the radial. Yeah, so I'll find out when we land in what's the damn name of the airport? John Wayne. I keep wanting to call it Bob Hope. When we land in Bob Hope, I'll know whether I failed or whether I passed. And they are assessing everything: radio calls, the proficiency at flying the aircraft, all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we're on the clock. Okay, so we've got our display here on GPS, which means it's following the GTN 750. We need to turn that off. So there we go. So now it's following the VOR, and we need to dial up that radial. So 154. Keep going. No, we've gone the wrong way. So we're just crossing that radial there, 130. So where our position is in reference to Santa Monica at the moment, we sit on the 130 radial, 131 radial really. So we want 154. 154. There we go, set. And now you understand why I've only got the 3000 set. It just makes it easier. There's a hard altitude there. I've armed the altitude, so that means that the aircraft is only ever going to fly to 3000. If I don't arm that, it's just going to fly. It's just going to ignore 3000. That's all right, New Speedy. That's all right, buddy. Just the takeoff and landing parts of the critical part. Once we get up there, it's fairly straightforward. Okay, so quick check here. So we've briefed the Santa Monica 8. Well, when we get our taxi clearance, they'll give us the runway. We might have to rebrief or slightly change something. I'm pretty sure they're going to give us 25 left. Just makes sense. We've chucked in our, looking at the chart again real quick. Sorry, the iPad. We've chucked in 4473 as our squawk into the GTN 750. Whoops, that was the wrong button. As you can see just there, it matches up that little unit down there, which is a pain in the ass to try and use. If we look here at the map, we get a lovely ground chart on the GTN 750, which definitely helps us. And there's our vectors, and then it's Seal Beach. So what we'll do is I'll just go back to the flight plan real quick here, and it's got all that stuff there, but we need to chuck in our arrival airport, which is KSNA, so Kilo Sierra November Alpha John Wayne. There we go. And then we should be good. What's the message? Personal license. Yes, thank you very much. That should be fairly straightforward. So, oof, that's a lot. We might just bring that down a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier. If we wanted to, we could put we've got charts for LAX here in this aircraft. The GTN 750 is such a nice unit. There's the ground chart that we just saw. But we'll go back to the map and just zoom in, because this will give us the ground chart again. Maybe. We go back. No. Where did I go? How did I miss that? Oh, I think because I turned you down. Yeah, there we go. I turned you down a little bit. So there we are, just there. Okay, so I think that's. I think we're pretty much good here. We'll just have a check outside the aircraft. This is the Pilatus PC-12 in Los Angeles, so it is a nice little aircraft. I think we're pretty much good. So we'll just double check. 2982. Yep, I think we're good to go. So we'll get the track IR turned on with good old X camera. We'll reset our view there. So there we go. Now it follows our head, which is really nice. We haven't got our heading, so we want heading 251. I knew I forgot something. 251. There we go. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get started. So we'll do a quick check, fuel pump check, another check, test all the lamps. Everything's lighting up that should light up. Do another test here. It's all lighting up like it should do. Yeah, all the lamps. Anis, how you going, buddy? What up in the air? We will be very soon. We're doing another I rating again, so we are being assessed. So unfortunately, I can't have any music on for today, mate. I know how you love to be my DJ, and you do a fantastic job of it. But we're no good today. All right, the beacon is on. Fasten seatbelt signs are all on. We'll bring up the armrest. Alrighty, we just checked that we're all clear. There's no one going to walk in front of the prop and get mushed. Alrighty, let's go ahead and start. So, 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4. Okay, there's 15. Bringing the fuel in. Yeah, buddy, I did, Anis. Where'd that parking brake go? No, New Speedy, we do not. Okay, we got a good start there. Gen 1, Gen 2, you go off, you go there. You go on. Heat. Air. 5. Control check. Okay. Thanks, Speedy. I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for the one little bitty. I think we are good to go. So let's swing the chart now back to taxi. Someone just drove in front of us. Cheeky bugger. So we want ground, South Complex 12175. 12175. Transfer tower.
So 357 Mike uniform. Enter right down runway 30 report midfield.
Enter right, report midfield 30. 357 Mike uniform.
Our 7 Lima Papa wind 29018 gust 24.
Can you guys hear them over the sound of the engine there, guys?
For Alpha Hotel, 7 maintain 3500, report the airfield site 12 o'clock and 18 miles. 3,500.
Thanks, Speedy. Awesome, okay. In our ground, November 585 Sierra Mike, we're at GA parking south of the field with Quebec request taxi.
585 Sierra Mike, Los Angeles ground, runway 25 left, taxi via Alpha Foxtrot. Make sure your transponder is on.
Copy Alpha and Foxtrot and affirm. November 585 Sierra Mike.
Summary Tower, 7 Lima Papa clear runway 30.
Okay, so runway 25. Let's get the chart up and have a look.
Charlie.
So 25 left. Yeah, there we go. 25 left.
Cat 4, taxi parking via Alpha.
By Alpha and onto
parking via Alpha.
Foxtrot.
Thanks for help today, 7 Lima Papa.
It's really straightforward.
Here's 1 Charlie Kilo, go ahead.
Alright, taxi light on. Clear left.
Torrance Tower,
right.
November 462, runway 29 right, ready for departure.
There's 1 Charlie Kilo, Roger, semi. Who is that said they're ready for departure?
Torrance Tower, November 8962, runway 29 right, ready for departure.
And what's your direction?
November 492, I filed IFR to Long Beach. I don't know if actually my clearance is still valid.
4962, yeah, I have it, I see it now. 4962, Torrance Tower, wind 260 at 13, runway 29 right, clear for takeoff.
Runway 29 right, if we take off, November 492. Do you hear me better, sir?
Yes, much better, much.
Okay. on Alpha, so this is a moving map, so we just follow Alpha all the way up the end.
Source 1 Charlie Kilo, expect that approach.
Summary Tower, number 20 Mike Juliet is short of runway 20 left.
That's 420 Mike Juliet, runway tower, runway 20 left at Kilo, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 20 left at Kilo, 420 Mike Juliet.
Alrighty, so we just keep taxiing along here, all the way to the end.
1 Charlie Kilo, climb maintain 7,000.
Oh, where are we going?
Midfield right, downwind, Cessna 357, my uniform.
Alpha Hotel, Clippers, approach runway 24. Other aircraft, go ahead.
Okay, so coming up on Foxtrot now, it's our next left.
Somebody else just called, go ahead.
357, my uniform, midfield right, downwind.
357, Mike, inform runway 30, clear to land.
357, my uniform, 30, clear to land.
Point 30018.24. Santa Maria Tower, Cessna 7027 Golf. 7027 Golf, go ahead. Cessna 7027 Golf, 7 miles to the west, inbound for full stop. Have Foxtrot, or 0 Mike Juliet, contact departure.
Over to departure, 0 Mike Juliet.
Okay.
Or 7027 Golf, Santa Maria Tower, and right downwind, runway 30, report midfield. Right downwind for 30,
Okay, so
report
we
midfield.
switched to tower now, which is 12095. We'll just double check that for
That's 962, contact departure.
we've got here at the top here. Tower South Complex, we're south, so 12095. And I'll bring the star.
Airport 20 Mike Juliet, SoCal departure, radar contact, call maintain 4000.
Seal Beach 8. There we go, 251, crossing 154, it's left to 201, 251 we've got set, 3000 we've got set. Alrighty, and we want our airborne frequency 1252. And Los Angeles Tower, g'day, November 585 Sierra Mike on Foxtrot runway 25 left for IFA.
Cessna 48962, SoCal departure, radar contact, passing 2600, 2600, turn left, heading 130, climb maintain 3000. Or 585 Sierra Mike, Los Angeles Tower, runway 25 left, cliff takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, November 585 Sierra Mike. So I can say my damn call sign.
Airport Juliet Lima, traffic, just Friday 12 o'clock, 4 miles southbound, I-50K 3400, type unknown.
Alrighty, let's get going. So, seatbelt signs on and
Cessna
off.
0 Mike Juliet, flight
Green light on,
270, join
straight
10
light
Monica
on.
125 radio.
Alrighty, we clear left. Looks like we are clear right. Nothing on approach is going to land on us. Nah, let's go.
Viper 4 Alpha Hotel, contact Palomar Tower, 118.6.
454 Alpha Hotel, 454 Alpha Hotel, contact Palomar Tower 118.6. There's 1 Charlie Kilo, verify altitude.
All that torque coming in for this aircraft. Here we go. Power set.
48962, contact SoCal approach on 128.1.
Speed's alive. Through 100 knots.
357 Mike uniform, clear runway 30.
Here we go. Gear
First
up.
Mike uniform, pass for Cat 4, taxi parking via Alpha.
Hey, you got the Cat 4, good work.
Taxi via Alpha.
Use a good joystick for this one, Anis. Don't have a yo. Alrighty, let's heading on the autopilot. Heading.
48962, SoCal approach, localizer runway 30 approach, Long Beach, altimeter 2979.
Long Beach clearance, this is Piper 550 Echo Mike.
Okay, so 251.
Northbound departure
3000 to cross the
VFR,
radio.
2 Aqua,
So this radio's going to
like
cross over,
traffic
and then we turn left to
advisories as well,
201.
Piper Arrow, slant call, and we have the weather.
Or 550 Echo Mike, Long Beach clearance. Do you remember the code, or do you know the code to Agua Dulce?
Roger that, it's going to be L70, Lima 70.
Thank you.
Okay,
Zero
there.
Echo Mike, departure frequency correction, stand by.
Now 201.
San Maria Tower, Cessna 27 Golf is midfield. Or 4 Juliet Lima, contact point move approach 124.7. Or 27 Golf, only 30 clear land. 30 clear land, 27 Golf. Piper 454 Alpha Hotel, how do you read?
And Tower November 5850, Mike. Are you happy for us to switch to SoCal now?
Aircraft here, Mike, contact departure.
Departure's November 5850, Mike. See you.
That's 144 Juliet Lima, point move approach, Oxnard altimeter 2980.
And departures, g'day, November 5850, Mike, with you. 3000 climbing by the sit.
5850 Mike, SoCal departure, radar contact, flighting 180, climb maintain 5000.
180, 5000, November 5850, Mike.
Aircraft here, Mike, correction, heading 160.
Copy 160, 5850, Mike.
Air 454 Alpha Hotel, how do you read?
160, set.
Air 450 Echo, Mike. On departure, depart to the 90, toward the 91605 interchange, and maintain VFR at or below 2,500.
Okay,
Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 3205.
I'm going to go there, direct Seal Beach. 160 and 5000. Away we go.
Here's Erica Mike, it's 128.1. That's the 962 flighting 270. Correction flight heading 090.
Righty, you got the charts up for Santa Ana. Approach 20
Aircraft
right.
here, Mike flighting 110, contact SoCal approach 134.9.
I just confirmed left 110 and over to 134.9, November 5850.
That's all correct.
Copy, see ya.
Southwest 511 Los Angeles clearance, clear to Salt Lake City Airport, Orca 3 departure, Las Vegas transition as filed, climb via Citix at maintain 5000, departure frequency 125.2, squawk 3163.
Okay, approaching 5000.
Southwest 511, read back correct.
So I got departure November 5850, Mike, heading 1105,000.
5850, Mike, SoCal, approach the LA altimeter 2981. Cessna 962 traffic, just right at 12 o'clock, 5 miles northwestbound, Skyhawk at 4,000. Cessna 420 Mike Juliet traffic, 10 to 11 o'clock, 4 miles eastbound, Skyhawk at 3,000.
Isn't it, New Speedy? It's really nice. It's all the satellite scenery.
R5 Sierra Mike, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
1281 November 5850 Mike.
There's 1 Charlie Kilo, contact SoCal approach 134.2. R27 Golf, seeking taxi straight ahead to Sierra there. Slightly to your right there, and the pass for the Cat 4.
Yeah, you got the Cat 4, good work. Approach, g'day again, November 585 Sierra Mike with you, heading 1105,000.
R585 Sierra Mike, SoCal approach, fly heading 090 vector. Visit approach runway 20 at John Wayne unless you have another request, altimeter 2979.
Copy left 090, if we could get the full ILS for 20 right from Seal Beach, that'd be great for 5850 Mike.
R5 Sierra Mike, can expect that.
50.
Juliet, how you read? Cessna 420 Mike Juliet.
Okay, so he's giving you 6 knots to
Mike Juliet,
expect that approach.
0 Mike Juliet traffic, 10
let's go
o'clock,
ahead and
2.5
chuck that
miles
in.
eastbound Skyhawk at 3,000.
Copy that, we'll look for traffic 42 Mike Juliet.
Odyssey here, Mike, clear direct Seal Beach and expect the approach plans momentarily. Keep you up for traffic.
Okay, direct Seal Beach and copy, we'll expect the shortly the flight concert.
Sorry. There's 911 Charlie Kilo, I was just about to get to SoCal approach, Burbank altimeter 2980, begin the, where you want to start your approach from?
Back to nav. There we go, so now we're following the magenta line here. Direct to Seal Beach, which is just in front of us.
Alpha 4 Juliet Lima, Camera Tower, runway 26, clear to land, wind 23010.
Right. Transition.
1 Charlie Kilo, clear away VDOM, cross VDOM at 7,000, clear LS, runway 12 right approach.
Map. So we should now have an approach, which we do, with a Holden loop.
Squad sauce here, my traffic just right here, 12 o'clock, 3 miles northwestbound, Skyhawk at 4,000.
We copy the traffic, but don't have a visual pilot pass here. Oh, scratch that, we've got a visual pilot pass here.
10 o'clock, 1 mile, northeastbound Pilotes at 5,000, you can pass right over top of here.
And approach 5850 Mike, we see him. There he is.
Cross here, Mike, thanks. Cross here, Mike, cross Seal Beach at 5,000, clear LS, runway 20 right approach.
Cross Seal Beach at 5, clear for the ILS approach, 5850 Mike.
Airport 20 Mike Juliet, contact SoCal approach 134.9, traffic no factor.
Alrighty, so let's have a little bit of a look here. Let me get everything set up here, guys, and then we will brief the approach. Everything happens really quick.
Alright, we got 3 guys waiting for answers, stand by.
Decision Heights.
Sir 550 Echo Mike, Long Beach ground, where you parked?
440. We want
350 Echo Mike, correction on 550 Echo Mike, runway 26 left, taxi at Foxtrot Delta.
Okay, let's brief the chart. View charts, ILS, there we go. So,
Lima taxi to parking via Foxtrot, have a good one.
I don't know why my charts keep moving around a little bit. There's us on the chart over Seal Beach. So we can descend to 4,000 alpha because we can clear the ILS, we can clear the approach.
796 Alpha, big tower again.
It's on us cross Seal Beach at 5,000, but after that we can do what we want because we cleared for the approach. So we'll go down to 4,000.
796 Alpha, roger, make straight in runway 30 right, and clear land, wind 270 at 7, gust 15.
Outbound, do a loop round to the left and come inbound.
That's 420 Mike Juliet, SoCal approach, LA altimeter 2981. Alright, other aircraft calling unanswered, go ahead.
And the decision height is 440 feet, which we've got set. So as you can see, stuff happens pretty quickly on this flight. Might just pull that down again, get rid of some of that excess data. Okay, we can descend to 4,000, which we'll do now. And go down. So our next controller is going to be tower. Right. Yeah, so it's going to be 1268. So we're on that feeder path, as you can see just here. If I bring the chart back up, you'll see us on that. We're on that feeder from Seal Beach. So everything's going well. Okay, there's approaching 4,000 feet. So normally we would manually do the turn, but I'm going to let the GTN 750 do it just to see how it goes on this one, and if it does something that I don't like, we'll jump in here. So as you can see, the GTN 750 has put our turn in there for us. So let's see how she goes.
That's 4962, 7 miles from Gunny, turn left heading 330, maintain 2000 till established localized, close localized, runway 30 approach.
November 492, left heading 330, maintain 2000 until established, clear for the localized 30 approach.
Well, I don't think we are actually that. It's probably a little bit better for the stream. We're actually a little bit more accurate. So we're slowly letting off speed here, which will be nice. So we're only running at about 17 psi, when typically 36 is a good climb. So we are slowly losing speed while we go over the mountains here. Okay, we're coming up on that Holden Blue approach turn here. it goes. So we want a left turn heading 196016. So we'll have the heading bug there just in case. Okay, it's turning us. Oh yeah, there we go, there's the procedure turn. So it's going to get us on this this path here, on this imaginary radial that the GTN 750 has drawn. And now we fly outbounds. And Sega will send it 3.5 in a minute. That. So the temperature here, if we go here, utilities, 27 degrees, another warm day in California today. Okay, there's our procedure turn.
550 Echo Mike, Long Beach Tower, runway 26 left, clear and take off.
And down we go.
For 796 Alpha Taxi, parking via Alpha Monitor Ground, and have a good day. 420 Mike Juliet, after Santa Monica, flighting 300 vector Burbank Airport.
Traffic ahead of us. When we level out here at 3.5, we'll slow up some more.
Air 4906, Tower 119.4.
149, over the tower 194, thank you, sir.
0, come Mike, turn your transponder on.
Okay, so sit rep for anyone new that's to the stream, welcome. So we're on doing an I rating, the I is 6 on Pilotedge, and we're just about 2
Air 4906, Long Beach Tower, runway 30, come line. Echo Mike, thank you. Looks like you're making a turning the long way toward the freeway. Go ahead and pass overhead midfield here.
Yeah, so we're everything 196. Oops.
Yeah, the 91605 is just northeast of the airport there.
Air approach November 5850, Mike, you didn't ask us to call it, but we're inbound Sega, miles 20.
Echo Mike, no problem. Other aircraft that call us again?
November 5850, Mike, you didn't ask us to call, but we're inbound Sega.
Thank you. Number 50 Mike, just traffic, correction 12 o'clock, 1.5 miles westbound onto K3000, type 1, should be no factor, you should be behind them by the time you get there.
Yeah, copy, we've got the traffic.
Zero Echo Mike, just be advised, anytime you're not given a specific direction, you're expected to turn the shortest way, and you can contact departure on 128.1 when we see it.
I think that was for us.
South 511 Los Angeles ground, only 24 left, taxi via Delta 8 Echo.
Okay, so we want to go heading, we want
541 Delta Lima, gentlemen, climb semi.
Of course.
Cruiser Mike Juliet, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
A bit of traffic around today. We've seen, what, 2 or 3?
SoCal departure, Air 550, Echo Mike set 2,700 for 3,000.
Air 550, Echo Mike, SoCal departure, radar contact just south of 91605, interchange. Air 550, Mike, contact John Wayne Tower, contact John Wayne Tower at Lemon, 126.8.
Okay, tower at Lemon 1268, November 5850. Okay, so tower at Lemon. So it's Hooken and then Lemon, and that's the start of their glide slope. So as we go down...
420 Mike Juliet, SoCal approach, expect ILS runway 88 approach, Burbank altimeter 2980. Advise you of weather.
We're on our final approach for the first rating, the IS-6 for today. So far so good, I think. Haven't been told off yet. And haven't got into a fight either, so that's a good start to the day.
1 Charlie Kilo, contact Van Nuys Tower 119.3. 0 Echo Mike, be advised, it looks like you're heading straight for the Bravo airspace there. The shelf is, actually, disregard, that one's going to be high enough, that's 5,000 there.
So 3,000 missed approach, and heading 196. That's good. Missed approach.
0 Echo Mike, negative, I was correct. That one's 2,500 there ahead of you, about a mile and a half.
I did my
0 Echo Mike, turn to the right there, turn right eastbound and avoid the Bravo.
When I did some flying, I did
Right, avoid the Bravo.
yesterday, but now they're back at the...
911 Charlie Kilo, Van Nuys Tower, runway 16 right, clear to land, wind 1308.
They're back to the modified ones. They're much better. So at Lemon, we're contacting tower.
4962 taxi South Park via Delta, Foxtrot, cross runway 25, correctional cross runway 26 left at Delta.
We've got a few bumps here. It is quite hot in California today. Okay, there's Lemon, so let's swing to the tower.
Charlie Tower, South 511, short 24 left.
South 511, Los Angeles Tower, runway 24 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 25011.
Clear for takeoff 24 left, Southwest 511.
There's 0 Echo Mike, it's about 3 miles to the next shelf, or if you want to descend down 2500, you can start heading north now. It's just advised because I'd have to switch you off.
Then out John Wayne Tower, November 5850, Mike finals 20 right.
5850, Mike John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, go to land, wind 2108.
Good land, November 5850 Mike.
50 Echo Mike, contact SoCal approach 124.9 or 2490. That's for 550 Echo Mike, or 550 Echo Mike, SoCal approach 124.9er.
Get a few bumps here.
San Luis Tower, Cessna 160, Zulu Bravo, 6 miles south, landing with Mike.
Or 160 Bravo Zulu, San Luis Tower, make straight in, runway 29er, report 4 mile final.
Alrighty, let's get out
Say
of...
again,
160 Bravo Zulu, San Luis Tower, make straight in, runway 29er, report 4 mile final.
Runway 29 on report 4 miles, Zulu Bravo.
Push around a little bit.
550 Echo Mike, SoCal approach, LA altimeter 29er81. 0 Mike Juliet, turn right heading 050.
power lines right before the runway is always a welcome sight in flights and real. I did check that out actually. They're there in real life.
Papa 1 Delta Lima. Papa 1 Delta Lima, John clearance, go ahead, sorry about that.
That's fine. Type Aero 500, like to go out to the, would depart to the east, 5,500, on participation I have information, Juliet.
541, Delta Lima on departure flighting 080, maintain VFR at or below 3,000, and squawk 4412.
On departure 080, stand VFR at or below 3, 4412 on the squawk, 541 Delta Lima.
Flap.
Southwest 511, two things. One, you gotta wait for the tower, and two, you're on the wrong heading. Check your heading. Or 0 Mike Juliet, join the runway 8 localizer. Southwest 511, flight 250. Southwest 511, if you look at the departure, it's a vector departure there. It's, you fly that runway heading to do that 3,000 crossing, and then you turn to like a 255 heading on the actually on the north runway. I think you just stay on runway heading the whole way. That was 511, roger. You ready to contact, continue left turn, direct Clipper, and resume departure, climb via SID. Reserve Mike Juliet, 6 miles from Buddy, maintain 3,000 until established low clouds, quit ILS runway 8 approach.
John Wayne, ground November 541 Delta Lima, ready for taxi.
Okay, we want
541 Delta Lima, John ground, sit position.
east.
We're at the south ramp at Atlantic Aviation. Actually, sorry, yeah, Atlantic.
Four miles, right now runway 29, 160
Strobes off, landing lights
Reserve
off.
Bravo Zulu, runway 29, quit line.
clean ground, also.
Or 1 Delta Lima, runway 20, right,
no,
taxi
we're
via
west.
Alpha Hotel,
1,
Charlie
3,
Kilo,
2, 5.
hold short, runway 20 left, at Kilo.
Alright, Alpha Hotel, Charlie Kilo, hold in short of 20 left at Kilo 541 Delta Lima.
Zero Mike taxi to parking via Bravo, and that's a pass for the I-6.
Woohoo! Taxi to the parking via Bravo, and thank you. Moving on 550. We got a pass, guys. Yeah, the I-6 is down. We've got a guy here with his beacon on.
Thank you.
Clear left, clear right.
Reserve Mike, plenty of room there to the west. You can go ahead and turn westbound if you like, or northwest if you like.
We might go down to the next one here, the next right.
Reserve Mike, the Bravo shelf above you is 4,000 now, and it's as you get over by El Monte Airport, you'll be exiting the area. So you can go ahead and start a westbound or northwestbound turn if you like.
We'll wait for the limo, I guess.
That was 511, contact Los Angeles Center 125.27.
No worries, buddy.
Reserve Mike Juliet, contact Irving Tower 118.7.
Van Nuys ground, Cirrus Manor, 11 Charlie Kilo, off 25 at Kilo for the Castle Cook Aviation.
Cirrus Manor 11 Charlie Kilo, taxi to parking via Alpha Monitor ground. Have a good day.
Alpha over ground, thanks for your help.
Burbank Tower, Cessna 420 Mike Juliet, approaching ILS runway 8.
Alright.
420 Mike Juliet, Burbank Tower, wind 1808,
That's
runway 8,
off.
cut land.
Clear land runway 8, 420 Mike Juliet.
You're off.
Kelly Center, Southwest 511 and 11.5, climb via the SID.
Avionics off. Then we could shut down. Beautiful. Alrighty. You go there. welcome to John Wayne, everyone. Alrighty, well, that was a pretty decent flight. So we passed the I6, which is great. So bring on the I7. So we need to. One of the things we need to do is we need to quickly check that it's on the website there. So let's go back to Pilotedge website, and are we on the website as passing the I6? You damn right we are. That's awesome. Alrighty, so the I6 is down, so that means now it's time for the I7. So if we have a little bit of a looky look here, the I rating. So the next one we're doing is the I7, the full approach non-precision to non-tower. So we're flying from here down to Catalina, where we'll shoot the VOR approach. I'm pretty sure the VOR Bravo approach. So one of the things with this is we need to switch to a CTAF, announce our intentions 10 miles out, switch back, fly it, and then we cancel our clearance. We'll cancel our IFR clearance once we land. So the trick is cancel your IFR. If you don't cancel your IFR within 30 minutes, they send search and rescue. If you don't cancel your IFR and you log off, you fail the I7. And you fail the I7, I think, which I heard yesterday, when people request, did I pass the I7, but they haven't cancelled their IFR. So I've heard some controllers politely remind them that, have you forgotten something? Are you sure that's the thing you want to do right this minute? Is there anything else you should be doing? And a couple of guys have jumped in and go, oh yes, cancel the IFR. Or some people are cancelling the IFR and then requesting how they go for the I7. So it's, as long as they do it, is what I'm getting at. So need to remember that. If anyone's on the stream and you see me touchdown in Catalina, taxi off, I'm like, yep, fantastic, let's see if we passed. Remind me to cancel our IFR, because that would suck going all that way and then not cancelling the IFR there. Alrighty, so we need to fly a tech route down from John Wayne through to Catalina, and a tech route is just a published route in a very busy airspace, which is I can't remember the class now, but it's I'll try and remember it too as well. Thanks to you, Speedy. It's so it's within the sort of California area where there's lots of airports, lots of airspace. The tech routes are little IFR routes within that, between all those little airports, and a tech route is what we'll fly down there. So if we have a little bit of a look-see here, we need to change to the tech route finder. Here is something that I prepared earlier. So if we go to KSNA, which is John Wayne, to what is it? KAVX, I think. KAVX? No, that's not it. What was the... Oh, no. New search. What did we want? We wanted KVAX, KAVX. I thought I put that in there. Let's KSNA to... Ooh, there is no KAVX. We're going to have to go find that one ourselves. No worries. So when did you have to do that? So Newspeedy, we cancel, so we get an IFR clearance. That means that we're being tracked, we're being vectored. But when we go into a non-towered airport, the controllers have no visibility of that airport. So we fly in there and we announce our intentions. And if someone else is in the airport, we switch frequencies to the CTAF, the Common Traffic Advisory frequency for that aerodrome. We announce that we're inbound, we announce we're overhead, we're outbound, all that sort of stuff. And if anyone else is operating at that airport, they should be on the CTAF frequency as well. And they'll hear us. They'll go, okay, he's 10 miles out inbound, I'm on the approach, I'll be okay. Or he might be 5 miles inbound. So we, if we're getting him up 10, we might be 5 behind him. And then it's up to him and me to make sure that we maintain separation and we don't hit each other. But the problem with that is, once we get on the ground, we're not in controlled airspace, so we've got to manually contact the controller and tell them to cancel our IFR. And that means that we've landed safely, everything's fine. If we didn't do that, within 30 minutes, they dispatch, in real life, they dispatch the search and rescue. And that's pretty standard all across the world. They try and call you in real world. They try and call you. Because you put all that information in the flight plan, mobile numbers, all that sort of stuff. So they'd be calling you on that. Yeah, I know a few friends that have forgotten to cancel their IFR in real life and look pretty dumb at doing it. So yeah. Anyway, alrighty. So I'll start calling already. So one of the things we need to do is go to Sky Vector. Sky Vector. And here's something I prepared earlier, but what we need to do is get rid of you. We're going, I'll use this to help us with getting our route. So we're going from KSNA, KAVX. Yeah, we're not going to go there. West is even, east is odds, west is even 6,000. We might even be able to go higher than that. It's a pretty short flight, maybe not. Okay. So this is going to be really simple. So it's going to be from John Wayne direct to Seal Beach. So we'll just go SLI. I'll chuck that there. We should fix that line up. Yep. And then we jump on the Santa Ana SXC. There we go. So it's going to be a really straightforward departure. So we fly out here, assigned heading. They'll vector us to Seal Beach. From Seal Beach, we'll jump on the Victor 21 airway, which is just really radial 202 outbound and radial 022 inbound, where we'll start the VOR DME arrival for Bravo arrival for Catalina. One of the things you'll see on this approach is, out of all the approaches I normally fly, via a visual approach or RNAV or ILS are typically the ones that I fly a lot. I very rarely fly a VOR approach. I very rarely fly an NDB approach. So I've rehearsed this quite a bit. I'm pretty confident I know what to do, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So one thing about Catalina is it's an island off the coast of the States. Here it is a really picturesque airport. It's very touristy, and you'll see that when we get there. You'll see a lot of VFR traffic. We'll see a lot of helicopters. We'll see a lot of light aircraft, and we'll probably see a few people doing this rating. So flying a PC-12 that will scream in there at 250 knots versus a guy chugging along in a 172 at 100 knots, we need to be aware of that, and that will be very, very quick. So yeah, let's see how we go. Alrighty. One of the things I will do real quick is just to get the flight plan stuff up here. So that one. Alrighty. Just there. Yeah, that's what we did, and we did it at 6,000. Okay. Cool. Alright, so we need to lodge another flight plan. So we're going to go IFR. We're November 585 Sierra Mike. We're a PC-12. We're a /G. We've got a true airspeed of 250 knots. We're going from KSNA to KAVX at 6,000. If we need to divert, we'll go to Santa Monica. That's pretty close, and it's that guy just there. We're doing the I7 rating. Twitch.tv. I7. Just double check this is the I7. It is. Okay, let's file the flight plan. Okay, so while we've got that up, let me just sort the next flight out on our chart. So the I7, beautiful. Alrighty, let's have a little bit of a wee brief of the good old I7. So the pilot will fly from John Wayne to Catalina, which is a really nice airport, and shoot the VOR DME Bravo approach for Catalina. from SXE. So we want to understand how to fly a full VOR approach using many of the skills that we've learned from our previous ratings, understand how to perform an approach which only contains circling minimums. That's something we need to make sure that we focus on. Understand the need to manually cancel IFR like I spoke about prior to or upon conclusion of the flight when using a non-towered destination. So when we call up ATC, we'll just tell them that we're for the I-7, we'll read back all IFR clearance, conduct the IFR flight and the VOR approach, swap to the published CTAF, and announce our intentions 10 nautical miles out, basically. And then we cancel the IFR once we land. So VOR DME, so we need to have a look at the weather, and that'll deem which runway will be in use, and we can get that from the ATIS before we go. I'll brief this in a little bit more on the other chart. That just tells us how to do it, cancelling the IFR, and then that just goes through the transcript. Cross-section 3000 is cleared. Report Wrigley inbound. Yeah, I haven't heard too many people telling them to do that. Clear the approach, and we fly the approach. Clearing up, cancel IFR. Cancellation received. Yeah, cool. Okay, so he's cancelled his IFR at Wrigley on the transcript, but if you were in IFR, you'd then cancel it once you're on the ground. So yeah. So we cancel the IFR. If we are visual, which we are, we'll probably cancel the IFR at Wrigley, and then we'll switch to the CTAF and call final. So we should be good. Alrighty, well that's that. We'll have a little bit of a look now at the chart here for the approach. That one there. So as you can see, guys, like the previous chart, it is a relatively short flight. We're going via Seal Beach there. Actually, probably edit that now and chuck SLI SXC in there. Save, which should mirror up the route. No worries, New Speedy. That should adjust our route a little bit. Yeah, there we go. So that mirrors the other chart a little bit better. So looking at Catalina, it's a nice little airport here. It's pretty small. We've got a 3,000 feet runway, so it's pretty short. It's nice for the PC-12. It definitely is one of the shorter airports you'll be flying into. More importantly, the VOR DME Bravo, which we're going to have a look at just here, is this guy. So we're going to be flying in from this heading down here. We're going to fly out to the left and track inbound, and then we'll track outbound heading 352, and then we'll do our procedure turn. We'll turn to the left 307 after Wrigley, and then come in heading 172, where we then can descend. We can descend down to 3,400 with 10 from Wrigley, and then down to 2,300 at Wrigley, where we'll be VFR and we'll cancel the IFR and fly the approach. One thing you will notice on this approach is this approach doesn't line up with the runway. So we'll, as you can see here, there's the little runway just there, which is off to an angle. That's runway 22 on this side, runway 08 on that side, and we'll need to adjust as per necessary. So the elevation of the airport, it's pretty high up. Looking at the ground chart, where are we? The ground chart here, we've got an elevation of 1,547 feet. So we can track a visual approach left-hand circuit down to runway 0804. My maths is fantastic. And track down here for a visual on 04, or we can just do a little bit of a right circuit here onto 22 and come straight in. Alrighty, well we'll leave, what we'll do is we'll bring the ground chart back up for Santa Ana, because that's where we are right now. Have we got any SIDS here? We do got a stack of SIDS. We'll see if they give us one of those, but for now we'll just leave the ground chart up for us just here. Alrighty, well let's get our IFR underway and go from there. we screen mirroring still? We are now. Okay. Let's bring up the iPad here. So that was the i6. Let's create a new one for the good old i-7. We'll get some lines here. We are November 585 Sierra Mike. We flying KSNA, so John Wayne. SLI, SXC, KAVX, which is Catalina, at 6,000. Okay, so west is even, east is odds. We're heading west, so that's right. Alrighty, well let's get some weather for here again. So if we get the weather up, we want KSNA.
All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have Kilo.
Kilo.
John Wayne Airport information Kilo. 2353 Zulu. Wind, 220 at 7. Visibility 10.
Oh, don't. Ugh, I hate how it does that. It just stops playing. KSNA.
20 left. 20 right. Use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport.
Birds.
Read back all runway assignments, and hold short instructions. All VFR departures, contact clearance delivery with your aircraft type, initial heading, and requested cruise altitude. Operate transponder with mode C on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact you have Kilo.
Alright, give us the
John Wayne
full
Airport
one now.
information Kilo. 2353 Zulu. Wind, 220 at 7. Visibility 10. To 5,000 scattered. Temperature 24. 2.17. Altimeter 2979er.
2979.
Visual approach runway 20 left, 20 right, in use. Departing runway 20 left, 20 right. Use caution for bird activity in the vicinity of the airport.
Alrighty, good enough for us. Should have just done that, New Speedy. Can you get us one for Catalina too, mate? So it's KAVX, Kilo Alpha Victor X-Ray. Alrighty, we want battery, external power, and we'll grab U1, KAVX.
Zero Echo Mike, ready service terminated, squawk VFR for exchange proof.
2985, it's going to be runway 22.
Who was that was calling on answer? Told standby.
Alrighty, there we go.
Yeah, 623, thank you. Radar contact, send via the comics to arrival.
We'll just transfer that to make it a little bit quieter for us now. 29799 now. Okay, so let's get the...
Conference Tower, the afternoon skyline, number 618 to go with you, 2,500.
That's,
just 6 miles to the north.
We'll just there we go. That should make the radios quiet. So look in here, let's zoom you in a little bit. So we're going to SLI.
550 Echo Mike, you're still on SoCal approach frequency.
SLI, so much for making it quiet.
Other aircraft call, say again, you got blocked.
XXC.
618 Chugov with you at 2,500, just 5 miles to the north.
That's a bit quieter. There we go. And then we're going to Kilo Alpha Victor X-Ray. Good old Catalina. Okay, so if we clear the message, look back at the map, zoom it out, and there's our route. Really, really short sector there. Back we go. Zoom us in. Give us the runway and the ground chart. Alrighty, time to contact ATC and get our clearance. So, looking at the ground chart again, we want John Wayne clearance on 1180. So we'll switch you back. 118 transfer.
370 Bravo Charlie, Red Squawk 2633.
John Wayne clearance, good afternoon again, November 585 Sierra Mike for Catalina IFR.
Whoever called IFR there, all I heard was John Wayne clearance, blank, IFR. What's your call sign?
My apologies, it's November 585 Sierra Mike.
585 Sierra Mike, John Wayne clearance clear to the Santa Catalina Airport on departure flighting 220. Radar vector Seal Beach as filed. Correction, on departure flight heading 175, radar vector Seal Beach, then as filed. Maintain 5,000. Expect 6,000 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 128.1, squawk 4660.
Copy, cleared to Catalina. Fly initially heading at 175 vectors to Seal Beach as filed. Climb initially to 5,000. Expect 6,000 10 minutes after departure. Airborne 1281 and squawk 4660. Is our volume okay? November 585 Sierra Mike.
Yeah, you're loud and clear. Read that correct.
Copy, November 585 Sierra Mike. Readback is correct. Okay, so we've been cleared to Catalina. Fly heading initially 175 and then expect vectors to Seal Beach.
612 Golf SoCal approach the Los Angeles altimeter 2979er. Contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Alright, transfer you back. So we can expect, so Seal Beach has filed at 5,000, expect 6,000 10 minutes after departure. The airborne frequency will be 128.1 and squawk 4660. Alrighty, so it's fairly straightforward. Let's go ahead and get that set up now. So it's going to be heading 175. Where's our heading bug there? 175. There's no departure procedure we need to worry about, so we'll chuck you back to GPS. The initial altitude is 5,000. I'll chuck you there. We'll arm you. The squawk is 4660. Enter. And everything else is pretty good. Okay. I think we're right. Where's that? Yeah, that's Cessna's gone. That was beside us. He's departed. So let's go ahead and we'll get started up. Yeah, it's all good. Alrighty, so we want to switch to ground now. So back it's 1180. No, that's clearance, sorry, my apologies. So ground is where west, we want 13225. 13225, transfer you. Tower is going to be, they're going to give us 20 right, so 20 right will be 1268. Enter you. Okay, so that all looks fairly straightforward. As usual, we'll complete the flight there. Back, we'll get the other flight loaded up here in Project Fly, so we get the overlay. Not that the overlay seems to be working today. That one dispatched there. K, SNA, SLI, SXC, 2, KAVX. Dispatched. Fly now. Alright. Maybe that'll connect to the sim, maybe it won't. Well, it's connected to the sim, but it doesn't come up on the stream. I normally have a flight information bar for everyone up there, but she's no worky today.
San Bernardino Tower, Aero 541.
Alright, let's get going. So, we want beacon on, you off, avionics, and start. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Say again.
The San Bernardino Tower to 541 Delta Lima.
541 Delta Lima, San Bernardino Tower, go ahead.
About 12 miles to the south, they have information Bravo, requesting full stop.
541 Delta Lima, roger, make straight in runway, correction, enter a left downwind runway 24, report midfield.
Alright, and then left downwind runway 24, and well, reporting the midfield 541 Delta Lima.
Okay, it's a good start there. External power off, Gen 1, Gen 2.
Clearing Cherokee 454, Bravo Hotel, IFR 210, Bernardino.
Heaters on. Air is
454
on.
Alpha Hotel, Palomar, your file to Santa Barbara with a Santa Barbara route, verify?
I'm sorry, Santa Barbara, I had an echo going on, couldn't hear myself, thank you. 4 Alpha Hotel.
4 Alpha Hotel, no problem. Clear to Santa Barbara Airport on departure flight 250. Radar vectors oceanside, then as filed. Maintain 3,000. Expect 5,000.
Ground, West 13225.
10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6. Squawk 4166.
Fly heading 250, radar vectors to oceanside at 3,000. Maintain 3,000, expect 5,000, 10 minutes after departure. Frequency 119.6, squawk 4166.
Air 4 Alpha Hotel, read back correct.
John Wayne Ground, November 585 Sierra Mike with Kilo, request taxi.
Air 585 Sierra Mike, John Wayne Ground, I missed when you reported your position.
Sorry, our apologies. We're to the west of the field here by the control tower, November 585 Sierra Mike.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, no problem, no need to apologize, it was just partially blocked there. Runway 20 right, taxi via Bravo Kilo.
20 right via Bravo and Kilo, November 585 Sierra Mike.
Contact Tower 124.
Alright,
Victor ready for taxi with Victor.
So this is us guys on the chart. We'll follow down here. So we've been cleared 20 right via Bravo, which is this guy down here.
Whoever that is, ready to taxi with Victor. I stepped on you, say again.
And Kilo, so not to Lima,
on the ramp
Kilo,
near Victor.
that guy there. Alright, let's get going.
Who are you? I don't know. Who is it? Sorry, Cessna 7027 Golf.
Clear left.
So 7027 Golf,
right.
Santa Maria Ground, runway correction, runway 30, taxi via Alpha. Runway 30, taxi via Alpha, Cessna 7027 Golf, going to shoot for Cap 5. Roger.
Fuel truck.
1 mile east with landing, and we got information Alpha.
Plus 4657 Stellus Tower, make straight in, runway 29 clear land.
So departure 29 clear to land, Pilatus 4657.
Okay, so this is Bravo here.
Mojave Ground, King Air 5450 Tango, hangar parking, south departure with Kilo.
King Air 5450 Tango, Mojave Ground, runway 26 taxi via Charlie, cross runway 30 Charlie.
Taxi via Charlie, cross 30 Charlie, 50 Tango.
San Bernardino Tower, 541 Dublin, Port Midfield, runway 24.
Okay, so we've been cleared to Kilo. We can't go to Lima, otherwise we've gone too far. So Kilo, so it's going to be not the end turn, it's going to be one before.
541 Dublin, runway 24 clear land.
24 clear to land, 541 Dublin.
Other aircraft calling, say again, you're blocked. 370 Bravo Charlie, contact Los Angeles Center 133.55. United 623, contact Los Angeles Center 128.6. United 623, 128.6. Santa Maria Tower, Cessna 7027 Golf, holding short, runway 30, ready for takeoff. Cessna 7027 Golf, Santa Maria Tower, runway 30, clear for takeoff, red crossing departure. 30, clear for takeoff.
FS Pilot
right
214, welcome to the stream and thank you so much for the follow.
4657, are you coming to San Luis?
Yeah, I'm going in St. Louis. I just extended my downward leg to get rid of some altitude to Pilatus 4657. Turning now.
4657, roger. You're not in sight anymore. Report 3 mile final.
Report 3 miles so far.
Okay, tower 1 2.
Unit 623 Los Angeles Center, San Diego altimeter 2981.
Yeah. Our airborne frequency is 1281.
Air 370 Bravo Charlie Los Angeles Center, climb maintain level 340.
John Wayne Tower, November 585 Sierra Mike. 1 kilo, runway 20 right for IFR.
585 Sierra Mike, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right at kilo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 585 Sierra Mike. Alrighty, let's go guys. So, strobes on, landing lights are on.
Good evening, 420 Mike Juliet, playing the dealer's choice I-4 requesting destination.
Clear left.
420 Mike Juliet, John Wayne, clearance, San Diego Lindbergh, Sierra Alpha November.
Copy that, we'll head to San Diego, Lindbergh, that's Sierra Alpha November.
Okay, so it was how far initially?
John Wayne clearance, Golf 348 Quebec Hotel.
5,000 feet.
348 Quebec Hotel, John Wayne clearance. John Wayne clearance, good afternoon. Quebec Hotel is on the FBO ramp on the west side. With Kilo, let's pick up my IFR to Burbank. 348 Quebec Hotel, John Wayne clearance, cleared to Burbank Airport on departure flighting 230, correction, flighting 210.
Sorry, I missed your
Steel Beach, as filed, maintain 2000, expect 4000, 100 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 4162.
Sorry, FS Pilot, give me 1 sec, buddy. Sorry, I missed your message there. Okay, that's airborne.
Alright, after departure flight heading 210. Expect radar vector Steel Beach, then as filed, 2000, 4000, and flight departure 128.1, squawk 4161 for 8 Quebec Hotel. 8 Quebec Hotel, read back correct.
Santa Maria ground, Skylane 3131 Golf, 3131 Golf, northeast departure, with the weather looking for Cat 5.
3131 Golf, Santa Maria ground, runway 30, taxi via Alpha.
30 via Alpha, 3131 Golf. San Bernardino Tower 541 Delta Lima is clear, 24 altitude.
541 Delta Lima, taxi parking via Alpha, we'll see you.
He's really busy.
Taxi via Alpha, Alpha 1 Delta.
Mojave Tower, King Air 545 Sierra Tango, holding short, 26 at Charlie.
Air 545 Sierra Tango, Mojave Tower, runway 26, clear for takeoff, wind 30025, gust 36.
5 Sierra Tango, requesting straight out departure.
Didn't give you any direction, that means it's at your discretion there.
5 Sierra Tango.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, contact departure.
Contact departures, November 585 Sierra Mike. Departures, g'day again, November 585 Sierra Mike with you, heading 175 on climb through 3,500 to 5,000.
Air 585 Sierra Mike, SoCal departure, ready to contact, climb maintain 6,000.
6,000, November 585 Sierra Mike. Can't cancel it yet, buddy, we're just departed. Alrighty, so, have to say...
454 Alpha Hotel, Palomar ground runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
X-Vision it is, FS Co-Pilot. FS Co-Pilot, FS Pilot, sorry, derated,
A2 Golf, was that you calling? That's A2 Golf?
FS Pilot, it's X-Vision.
Alright, who's the other guy calling?
So don't forget to remind you.
Then 214 Yankee John Wayne.
Is that way you get to say, I reminded you. Okay, 6,000 175. Okay, autopilot's on.
214 Yankee, John Wayne Ground 20 left at Kilo taxi via Alpha Hotel Charlie Kilos, and squawk altitude via 4 at all times.
Alrighty, so we should be levelling off, which we are. Nice big climb there. So
419 off flight, South ground, standby. Report to Yankee, copy.
So there's our route. I dare say he's just going to clear us direct to Catalina.
Alright, 2 Golf traffic, alert traffic, 1 o'clock, 1 mile opposite direction, altitude 6,600, type the norm.
182 Golf, Roger, with no visual.
Alright, he's going to pass off your right wing about a half a mile.
Oh, now it's here. Traffic inside, 182 Golf.
Report to Yankee, you said hotel twice, Alpha Hotel Charlie Kilo.
Okay, we're just going to slow up a little bit here.
Air 5 Sierra Mike flighting 200, join Santa Catalina 084 radio.
084. Sorry, we missed the heading, but 084 radial for November 505 Sierra Mike.
Air 5 Sierra Mike heading 200.
Copy heading 200, join the 084 radial Catalina November 505 Sierra Mike. Okay, so
right. 4657 runway 29er, clear to land, heavy inside.
200, we want to have Catalina up. So Catalina,
348 Quebec Hotel, John McGrath.
Approach, VOR, the 11.4.
Yep. Alright, who's it over at San Luis, Toast Denmark?
Transfer you. We want to switch now back to localizer.
Mike, runway 29er, taxi via Alpha.
084.
R622 Golf, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
135.4, 182 Golf.
That's for, I heard 2 readbacks there, that was for Skylane 6182 Golf.
Okay, so course 084. Nice track eyes, try.
182 Golf.
R348 Quebec Hotel, John McGrath, runway 20 right taxi via Bravo Kilo.
Yeah, I don't prefer it. I prefer it to be instant rather than.
There's 8 Quebec Hotel,
wow.
taxi tower, run up, advise ready to continue.
Oh Jesus. Auto
Yeah,
start.
623 contact SoCal approach 119.6. United 623 contact SoCal approach 119.6.
F7 killed my power. Whew, we're back. Don't touch F7.
623 SoCal approach the San Diego altimeter 2981.
That's alright, buddy.
R3131 Golf Santa Maria Tower, right cross on departure, wind 290 at 18, gust 23, runway 30, clip takeoff.
We were going in the auto start, yeah, we got it.
R6182 Golf SoCal approach Ontario altimeter 2978.
I was thinking through my head there, where are we going to go? Where are we going to ditch? Where are we going to land? And I'm like, nah. It's,
Tricky 454 Alpha Hotel Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear
we're going in the
2405.
We lose too much energy in the turn back and we wouldn't make it back. Can't even see the land. Alrighty, so 084 radial after my slight heart attack there. So we're turning down 0 very soon. I don't know if we can put a radial on the GTN 750.
R6182 Golf, maintain appropriate VFR altitudes.
Flight plan, setting SFC, course to 0, what did it say, 084, 84, enter. Activate, what's that do?
Southwest 511, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77, see ya.
Oh, we don't want to be turning outbound, we're turning inbound.
5 Sierra Mike, clear direct Santa Catalina, and contact SoCal approach 127.4.
Direct Catalina 1274, November 505 Sierra Mike. 1274. We'll just go here. Flight plan, S6C, activate. We'll go.
419 Alpha Mike, Tower, runway 29er.
Yes.
Semi. Other aircraft again?
We'll go direct turn.
770 Golf. Semi approach, semi. 419 Alpha Mike, runway 29er, clip takeoff, left down departure.
Slow up there, so we're now turning direct to Catalina.
4657, taxi park via Alpha, have a good day.
The aircraft is a payware add-on, absolutely, and then the GTN 750 is another payware add-on.
radar contact lost.
Approach November 585 Sierra Mike with you, direct Catalina 6000.
Air 585 Sierra Mike's SoCal approach, cross Santa Catalina 4000. Cleared VOR DME Bravo approach, the altimeter 2985 by the weather.
Copy, cross Catalina at 4000, clear for the VOR DME approach, altimeter 2985 and AFM. We have the weather November 585 Sierra Mike.
Air 454 Alpha Hotel, contact departure.
Oh, wow, maybe we might be
calling
a haze out here.
4.5 miles out, again call sign.
Alrighty, let's chuck the approach in here.
Inbound, again.
So, Catalina is a load procedure.
7027 Golf, yeah, pay attention, I had told you to stand by, I missed everything you said. Say request.
SXC. Load approach. Alrighty, let's have a little bit of
454 Alpha Hotel, SoCal departure, radar contact, maintain 5000.
So we're 14 miles out, so we need to jump on the CTAF frequency here for
Quebec
Catalina.
Hotel, continue taxi.
CTAF is 1227. No, that's not what we want to do.
7027 Golf, how do you read?
1227, we won't transfer it just yet.
27 Golf, block 6365 on it. Who else is standing by? Alright, there was an aircraft, I can see you here on the base for San Luis here, on the base for runway 29, you called. I didn't get your call sign. Say again. A 406 Whiskey, no problem, I just missed your call sign. Just be advised though, you're not supposed to enter.
Catalina traffic, November 585 Sierra Mike Pilatus PC12 is 10 nautical miles to the south inbound. We'll be overhead at 4000 for the VOR approach. Traffic Catalina.
That's 406 Whiskey, thank you, runway 29, clear to land.
Approach November 585 Sierra Mike.
27 Golf, radar contact, 20 miles northeast, Santa Maria Airport, contact Los Angeles Center, 135.5. Air 5 Sierra Mike, go ahead.
585 Sierra Mike, was it cross Catalina at 4000 or after Catalina descend to 4000? 585 Sierra Mike.
5 Sierra Mike, cross Santa Catalina 4000 or above, how about that?
4000 or above, thanks very much. November 585 Sierra Mike. Down we go.
Air 348, Quebec Hotel, Jumping Tower, runway 20 right at Kilo, quick takeoff.
Oh, thanks for the...
284 Yankee, Jumping Tower, runway 20 left at Kilo, line up and wait.
2985, 2985.
Air 27 Golf, or go ahead. 7027 Golf, Los Angeles Center, Vegas, split altimeter 2987. Air 4 Alpha Hotel, clear direct ocean side. Two Yankee, left close traffic, crew, report midfield downwind each time. Wind 2207, runway 20 left at Kilo, quick takeoff. Call Santa Barbara approach, you stepped on over his read back, say again.
Some VFR traffic there ahead of us. It's a helicopter by the looks of it.
Go ahead. Air 313 Golf, Roger, squawk 4042, ident. Okay, Quebec Hotel, contact departure. Calling John McClinch, go ahead.
Traffic Catalina, November 585 Sierra Mike Pilatus PC12 is tracking outbound on the VOR approach runway. We don't need a runway, just on the VOR DV approach. November 585 Sierra Mike.
75. Radar vectors, Victor 23, then as follows. Maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 128.1, squawk 1701.
Thanks, buddy. Well, I'm not going to cancel it yet. This haze here, we might be IFR for a little bit longer. We might, I don't know. We should be able to see the airport, but we may have missed approach here.
Reserve Mike to every background.
So down at 3,400.
Coming through on Gulf Better contact, 6 miles northeast of the Santa Maria Airport. Santa Maria altimeter 29er. Cessna 8 Quebec Hotel flighting 270, join Santa Monica 125 radio. Santa Monica 125. Go 419 Alpha Mike, Santa Maria Tower and right down runway 30, report this field.
And ACAS.
284 Yankee, runway 20 left, clear for the option.
Hey Speedy, I think it's probably just a terminology thing that I'm not aware of there. What do you mean in ACAS? Okay, so we're going to start a left-hand turn 307, and then we're going to track 172 inbound. So we'll just get that dialed in now. 172, which we've got set. Our next altitude is down at 2,300, which would have been at Wrigley at 2,300. Name something else when a plane can collide against each other. Oh, well, it's TCAS, Traffic Cautionary Advisory System. We do. I've got a sneaky suspicion in this aircraft it's not working, which I was going to look up before, but I didn't. So it would show that the TCAS would show little dots where things are and then give you warnings like climb or clear of conflict, that sort of thing, so absolutely. Ultra 146C, and there's our turns, let's go down 1, 2, 3. We'll slow up.
Victor will go contact Los Angeles Center 135.5.
you guys a bit of an idea of how we're looking.
Come through with Los Angeles Center. In Bakersfield, altimeter 2987.
A little bit off the chart, the GTN 750, but that's okay. We're still performing the action. Oh yeah, we're clearing up a little bit. We're VFR. So we're going to maintain 2.5 until Wrigley, and then from Wrigley we pretty much hand flying the aircraft onto the approach, because you've got to remember the runway's off at an angle away from us. We're not lined up directly with the runway, so we're runway 2, given those winds that New Speedy has put in for, or the weather that New Speedy very graciously gave me. Thanks buddy. 230 at 6, so it's going to be runway 22. So we're going to have to break off to the left here and come around and onto the approach.
Running around for Mike, runway 30 clear to land. Aircraft 0 Mike, change to advisory frequency for report IFR cancellation. Our missed approach to this frequency, use caution traffic, over targets in the vicinity of the airport.
Okay, copy, and we can see the airport now, so we'll go ahead and cancel that IFR and we'll go VFR, over 5850 Mike.
Aircraft 0 Mike, IFR cancellation, receive squawk VFR, pass for the I-7, have a good day.
Woohoo! Thanks buddy, see you soon, November 5850 Mike. Pass guys, VFR, enter. There we go. So now we can go back to the CTAF. We don't need him anymore. And we'll just call Wrigley inbound now. Catalina traffic, Pilatus PC12, November 5850 Mike is inbound overhead Wrigley for a visual approach runway 22, traffic Catalina.
Aircraft 0 Mike, still with SoCal.
Oh, our apologies, November 5850 Mike.
Yep.
1227, how did that change? 1227, there we go. 1227, let's try that again. Traffic Catalina, Pilatus PC12, November 5850 Mike is overhead Wrigley inbound for the visual approach runway 22, Traffic Catalina. Alright, gear down. That's all looking good. Look at you can see the traffic ahead of us here. Get rid of the yaw damper, get rid of the autopilot, get rid of the flight director. Yes, I know, thank you. And let's slow right up here. There's the runway just there. We'll hold our descent to the anymore. Flat. Continue. That was a hard landing. Welcome to Catalina, everyone. Hey, Humpty Dumpty. We've just landed, we just flew from John Wayne Airport to Catalina Airport here. Passing the I-7, yeehaw. And Catalina traffic, November 505 Sierra Mike went clear, 22. Okay, so flaps up. Strobes off, landing lights off. There's a lot of traffic here. There's a helicopter landing over there. There's another one over there. This guy's starting up. Just keep a wide berth of this guy. Need to keep a wide berth of that guy. We reckon we'll fit in there. I reckon we'll fit in there. Nothing else is around here. We'll just go around here. Gotta keep your head on a swivel here, guys. Just check we're not going to clip that guy. Onto the grass we go, or the gravel. And we'll go in between these guys down here. It's going to be a tight fit. There we go. We did a bit of cheating. We would normally have a ground marshal, so we do a little bit of cheating there. Okay, that's that. You're off. Flaps are up. Taxi light off. Cooling system off. Avionics off. Alright, let's shut down. And there we go. Welcome to Catalina, everyone. Beacon off, generators off, battery 1, battery 2 off. We'll get the doors open. There you go. Welcome to Catalina, everyone. My amazing parking job. Alrighty, so what that means is we have passed the I-7, which is fantastic news. So if we head to their website, which you have to do to check, we'll get that up there for everyone. If we go back to Pilotedge, we've got the I-7, we do 6 minutes ago. Boom, there we go. And an hour ago we had the I-6. So we're well on our way. So the I-8's up next. But before we do that, it's time for our donation stream. So for those of you who don't know, welcome to the stream. I'm DJ Sean. Through the community, I raise money for various charities throughout the year. The little guys you can see in the top right are our goals. This month we've absolutely smashed raising money for the Cancer Council, which is a very good charity in Australia that raises awareness and provides help and support services, not only for people going through cancer, but also their loved ones, their family as well. So what we'll do is we'll get into that mode. We'll do the live donation now. So what I'm going to do is I'll play the last video from the Cancer Council on the stream, and I'll see you all in just a minute.
This is life. Life in a day of cancer. That's Ange. She keeps people safe from the sun. There's Tom. He always forgets to put his hat on. And Molly's helping people smile again. Sometimes people need a place to stay, or someone like Bill to take them places. Then there's the science people, the community groups, the volunteers, and all the people who listen. There's even special times to tell loved ones how much they're missed. And places for people affected by cancer to talk to each other. And tomorrow, with your help, we all start again.
Okay guys, welcome back. So we are here on the Cancer website. This is to raise some money for this month. We've absolutely smashed our donations thanks to the generosity of so many of you. So our first goal of $50 we reached pretty quickly in the month, and then we chased down $100, we chased down $150, and we broke the 200, which is absolutely fantastic. 100% of your donation goes through to charity. I don't take anything off the top. I've donated to charity today. So the Cancer Council, a little bit about them. They provide a stack of services, as you can see here: early detection, and all those different things they provide. They talk about prevention, they talk about getting involved, and as you saw from the video there, it is a really fantastic cause to be a part of. I'm very happy that we've been able to raise money for them today. So $207.30 is our number. So let's go ahead and let's go get that donated now. So what have we got here? The amount you'd like to donate. Oh yeah, let's do that. Other amount. The 207.30. Sorry, 30. Thank you. One-time donation. I would like to add $6 to cover transaction fees. Wow. Okay, sure. Why not? Donation in some other charity stream. Raising various charities. Out of plug there, twitch.tv. There we go. Your dedication card. Send an e-card. Press the dedication card. Donation card. Oh yeah, do that. Hey, it's gonna ask some details there. It's gonna ask, okay, so we'll do really quickly here, guys. I'll just divert some stuff. While I put some stuff in here. Right, Twitch, congratulations, everyone. Donation. Chuck that in there. Alrighty, so that. Donate. So I'll log into PayPal real quickly. That one there. Processing. Boom, there we go, it went through. So, let's get rid of you. So, dear Sean, thank you for your donation of $213.51. We rounded it up there to cover the transaction fee, so our full donation goes through. I'll pay the $6, that's fine. So the Cancer Council relies on the support of Australians to fund research, education and patient support. Your donation is extremely appreciated and is vital to the advancement in prevention, treatment and finding a cure for cancer. Find out more, go there. You'll receive an confirmation email saying that, and if you donated $2 or more, you'll receive a tax rebate. Oh, don't worry about that. Okay, well there we go, guys. We have donated all the money for our stream today. Thank you so much for everyone. This is the charity that touches my heart, touches my family, quite closely, direct family member being impacted, and still going through the process of cancer treatment. So thank you so much to everyone for getting involved. Okay, so what's next? Well, after this one, we do something really crazy. My lovely spinner wheel. Highly technical way of choosing our next charity. The ones that we've got the Flying Doctor Service, we've got St. John's Ambulance, Red Cross. But what I've done is a request of some of my followers and subscribers is they would like to have some charities in there that deal with mental health. So I thought that was a fantastic idea. Over the last while, I've been very aware of my mental health, and it's something that I encourage everyone to be aware of, is your mental health, just not your physical health. So we've added in Headspace, Beyond Blue, and the Black Dog Institute. And these are Australian charities that deal quite heavily with people, all age groups, and working through mental issues, depression, anxiety, and that sort of thing. So we've added those in, which is absolutely fantastic. And what we'll do now is spin up and choose our next charity for September. So we're going to spin the wheel. Let's go. Here we go. So she's spinning. I'm going to try and time my drum roll. Every time I tell myself I'm going to change the spin so it doesn't take so long to spin. But, the Flying Doctors. Alrighty, well let's go and have a look at them. The RFDS, and it's funny. That's funny for so many reasons, and I'll tell you why. So let's bring these guys up. So the Royal Flying Doctors Service. Get that up there, that's a bit better. So the Royal Flying Doctors Service, 90 years of the Royal Flying Doctors Service. And if we have a little looky just here, we'll see that they fly a fairly similar aircraft to what we're flying at the moment. They fly they fly actually a variety of aircraft, Kingairs and stuff like that, but they also fly the PC-12, which is what we're flying. So that's pretty exciting. Pilatus actually worked with the Royal Flying Doctor Service to develop the PC-12, which is a nice little tidbit for anyone that's interested there. And these guys are remote doctors, so you'll see a lot of these guys flying into really remote areas. Just before Christmas at Puglia, approximately 300 k's from our RFDS Mount Isa base, red desert there. See some of the aircraft they've got. There's an RFDS King Air, Pilatus. And they fly to some really remote locations. It's not unusual to see these guys landing their PC-12 on a strip of road in outback Australia, or a farmer's crop. They've just ploughed to make a makeshift runway, so it's fun for them. And the PC-12 is a fantastic aircraft to be able to do that due to its high clearance, very powerful engine. So this is who we're going to raise some money for here, the Royal Flying Doctor Service. They're 90 years old. The Royal Flying Doctor Service is one of the largest and most comprehensive aeromedical organisations in the world, providing extensive primary health care and 24-hour emergency service to people over an area of 7.96 million square kilometres, which is absolutely fantastic. Very, very pleased to be is gone. You can see there's the Pilatus PC-12. That's a King, I think, by the looks of it. As you can see, they're flying all over the country there. There's their PC-12 just there, nice looking aircraft. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take a very quick break for a couple of minutes while we get reset up the next stream. So the next sector, which is completing the I-8, which hopefully we're 2 for 3 now. We're 2 for 3. Hopefully we can make it 3 for 3 tonight without failing one. Touch wood. So I'll see you all in just a minute, and we'll get underway. Alrighty, hi everyone, and welcome back to this stream. So we're now sitting here. We are sitting still here in Catalina. Not much has changed in regards to that. For some reason, the flight information has started working again, which is great. Don't know what happened to it before. So one of the things you will notice for those eagle-eyed viewers is up the top right-hand corner is a sad state of affairs. We have our August charity. I need to fix that. I've done a typo. But our goals have been reset, so September. So one of the things I need to fix is that right there. So we want that one. And that donation, that guy should go off. And we should put the new guy back on. It's September. Goal amount 0. There we go. That should fix back up now. Beautiful. That's looking a little bit better. Alrighty. So we're back to 0. We're chasing down $50 for the Royal Flying Doctor Service. So it's a fantastic organisation, and I hope you guys can be a part of it. Okay. So let's get to the business end of the flight. So we are on the ground here in Catalina. So we're going to be flying to San Diego as the sun sets. We're going to be flying the Instrument 8 or the I-8 rating for Pilotedge. So let's go. Let's get the charts up here and have the website up and have a bit of a squiz here at the I-8. So the I-8 rating. So it's a non-tailed IFR departure, then vectors for localizer runway 27 approach into Kilo Sierra Alpha November. So KSAN San Diego Airport. So we're going to need to understand the procedures of departing IFR from a non-tailed airport. That's fairly straightforward. Stress the point that the most commonly only used approach in KSAN is a non-precision approach. So I dare say it's probably going to be a localizer approach. Locate and file the appropriate tech route from Catalina to San Diego for the aircraft being used. Become aware of the pilot is responsible for terrain and obstacle separation during the departure until they receive the first vector, if any. So what that means is we'll fly a departure procedure out of here, which is basically just fly runway heading, and then once we're safe and clear of terrain, I think it's runway heading up to 3,000, and once you're clear of terrain at 3,000, thanks New Speedy, thanks buddy. Once you clear at 3,000, we can just swing back around over the VOR and then track outbound, I think. And that's the weather for our arrival. So look, the weather is great all over California. We're not going to have any dramas here. We've got a bit of haze coming in there into Catalina. I thought, oh yeah, okay, we might have to do something special here, but no, alas, we didn't. So can hear a noise in the cockpit. Didn't leave the masters on. Okay, so flying the rating. So we need to inform ATC that we're on the I-8. Copy the clearance, obtain and fly. So to park HFX and fly runway heading until reaching 2,300 before turning on course towards your first fixed or cleared route. Reminder to not remind you anything. Yeah, buddy, you passed. You passed. So conduct an IFR flight, which we're going to do. For the localizer runway 27, so we are going to do that. Fly the localizer runway 27 approach, profile correctly, descending as low as the procedure allows at each of the crossing fixes, rather than staying at the ATC assigned level. I don't know why you would do that. So some tips there: try not to hit anything. That's a really good tip. One in, one out. So that's true. If there's an IFR aircraft coming inbound, we're pretty much waiting until they clear us. Departing IFR is fine. Flying the localizer approach should be fairly fine. And there is some information. Okay, so what we need to do is launch a flight plan. So let's file a flight plan there, bring this guy up. So we are IFR November 585 Sierra Mike, we're a Pilatus PC-12, we're /G, one aircraft, 250. We're going from KAVX to KSAN, and we're going to go KSNA if we can't get in. Oh, no, that's not where we want to go. West is even, east is odds. We're heading east. Maybe 9,000 feet we'll go up to. This is probably going to be a little bit of a longer flight. And KSNA can be our alternate. Be right back, no worries, buddy. We have a look here. Tech route, practice for the IA, yeah, cool, okay. So we'll chuck that in there. Something we prepared a little bit earlier. And we'll chuck that in there. I-8 rating. Okay, oops, that's not the one I wanted to do. I put that in the wrong one. Tech route, I-8 rating. Okay, so we're IFR November 585 Sierra Mike. We're a Pilatus PC-12 with /G. We're one aircraft, we're not heavy. We're 250 knots is our TAS. Departure is KAVX, arriving at San Diego at 9,000. Let me just check what we put up there. Yeah, we put up 9,000 before. And our alternate is John Wayne, where we've flown from before if we can't get him. That's SXC. We're going to chuck that guy in there. Tech route is that one. Yeah, that should be good. We'll fire that flight plan. What we might do is get rid of you, and if I bring up the tech route search so you guys can see it. So we're going from KAVX, Catalina, to KSAN, San Diego International. We are a turboprop, cruise speed of 190 knots or greater, which gives us that guy there, which is what we've already put in, 9,000 feet. What we'll do is we'll just go onto Sky Vector, and that'll give you a visual representation of the route. So that's it just here. We'll close you. So we'll depart, jump on the Santa Catalina VOR outbound. It'll be Victor 27 to Hub HUBRD, where we'll do a right-hand turn to Cardi, and then do a track to Mission Bay. Ooh, we've got a baseball game here. The Colorado Rockies versus the San Diego Padres. The game begins at 0210 Zulu. Okay, and it's effective up to 3,000 feet, so we won't be descending through 3,000 feet there, but for whatever reason, if we do, we need to make sure that we don't bust that temporary flight restricted altitude there. We've got a couple up there which we don't really need to worry about. Okay, so that pretty much concludes that. Let's have a, actually, we might bring that back up because we're going to go to airports now. We're going to go to KAVX, and we're going to have a look down here at the takeoff minimums chart. And for, oh, that Catalina's right there. Let's zoom you in so you actually can read it. So our departure procedure for Catalina here is takeoff minimums and obstacle departure procedure. Departure procedure for runway 422 is climb straight ahead into 2,300 and then proceed on course. So I'm pretty sure I said 3,000 when I was talking to you guys before, so it's 2,300 runway heading and then we can track to course. So we'll definitely make sure that we do that. Alright, let's bring the charts up so I get the next charts for the next flight up. So that one there, we're going to do the I-8. View charts for Catalina. We just need the ground chart up, which we've got up there and is looking good. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get our clearance and get organised. So sort of power, battery, avionics, battery. Alrighty, so that one there. So we're going to continue with you. So Catalina Unicom, we want SoCal for our departure clearance, which was 1274. We'll chuck our route in now while we wait.
454 Alpha Hotel, clear direct to Quang.
So Catalina SXC. I better get the route up again. And then it's load and airways, going to game a bit. Have a nice stream. No worries, New City. Thank you so much for staying with us, buddy. Have a good gaming session.
Number 8, Quebec Hotel, Roger, taxi, we're landing via Delta.
Victor 27, and we're punching out it.
Hey, Farmer, stay with me, and you do have one, looks like one aircraft moving there on the ramp, just use caution.
G. That's interesting. Victor 27. Yeah, Victor 27. HEBRD. Did I go past it? There we go. What is it? Victor 208. Maybe we'll try that one.
420 Mike Juliet, contact SoCal approach 119.6, good night.
Oh yeah, there we go. You load, and then it's to Cardi, C-A-R-D-I. From Cardi, it's then direct Mission Bay. Yep, MZB. MZB. And then KSAN. Kilo Sierra Alpha November. Execute. That should give us a nice little route there.
420 Mike Juliet, SoCal approach the Palomar altimeter 29700.
Yep, Cardi down to KSAN. Beautiful. That's
4 Alpha Hotel, contact Point Magoo approach 124.7, good night.
Point Magoo. That's a interesting name. Alrighty, so let's get the charts up. The charts of the iPad up here. Get you. Alrighty, so what we need is. Did you not find the iPad? Stop mirroring.
Cherokee 454 Alpha Hotel, Point Magoo approach, see Point Magoo altimeter 2978, good evening.
You didn't want to work, so we'll fix you up real quick and then we'll get going. Close you.
And 420 Mike Juliet, clear direct to Mission Bay.
There we go, that's even better. We just had to restart the good old app. Okay, so the iPad, there we go. So let's create a new one for the i8, i-8, and we want some lines and grids, lines there, and we are November 585 Sierra Mike.
So 6479 vectors for military airspace, flying 130. Expect radar vectors to Spink.
Where's our tech route here? Tech route, so it's K.
So 6479 vectors around military airspace, flying 130.
SXC, Victor 208, that's why I couldn't find it, 208 to Cardi. Oh, so that lacks radial, yeah, it's to HUBER, and then
Southwest 6479 LA.
Cardi. From Cardi, it's MZB.
6479 vectors around military airspace, flying 130.
At 9,000. That's the thing on your face, looks a bit scruffy. Hey buddy, how you doing? What's happening, Kurt? So we're flying, we're doing the Instrument 8 rating. So we've only got one more to go after this, or two more to go after this, and then we're fully rated on Pilotedge. We're flying IFR from Catalina through to San Diego in the Pilatus PC-12. Okay, so we did have some weather there. Meta KAVS.
So 6479, expect a heading for the next 60 miles, expect direct to Spink.
Yeah, the ATC quality is spot on. So that's what we want. So KAVX, the weather, I'll just save us getting it.
That's
so
correct.
It's 240 at 9. The sky conditions.
Yeah, just letting you know you can expect a heading for the next 60 miles, and then I'll give you direct Spink.
Yeah, it's 19, so it's starting to cool off. It was 27 when we departed San Diego. It might be a bit warmer over there because we're on the coast. 29084. So we need to worry about. It's going to be runway 22. Alrighty, so that one there. So what have we got here? We've got 29084. 29084. There we go. Okay, we'll grab some clearance. So we're going to be with SoCal, which is 12740. Alrighty, let's get our clearance. SoCal, good afternoon again. November 585 Sierra Mike, Catalina IFR to San Diego.
Yeah, 585 Sierra Mike, SoCal approach, roger, stand by, clearance on request.
Okay, so clearance on request, so he's asked us to stand by. It's pretty busy. It's one controller for everyone. Well, not one controller for everyone, one controller controlling this area, and it is quite busy. If we look here and go see, we had a whole bunch of VFR aircraft here before. And they all seem to be out and about at the moment, but we had a couple of helicopters coming in, and a whole bunch of aircraft around the place. But alas, we are here, movements by ourselves at the moment, which is okay.
585 Sierra Mike, have your clearance available, advisor ready to copy.
And November 585 Sierra Mike, we're ready.
585 Sierra Mike, clear to the San Diego Lindbergh Airport via as filed. Maintain 900,000, maintain 900,000. Departure frequency is going to be this frequency. Squawk 3620 and hold for release.
Clear to San Diego as filed, 9,000, airborne 1274, squawk 3620 and hold for release, November 585 Sierra Mike.
585 Sierra Mike, readback is correct. How long do you need?
We will be ready to go in maybe 5 minutes.
5 Sierra Mike, roger, release for departure. Clear is board if not off in 10 minutes, if not off in 10 minutes. Advisement sensors this frequency no earlier than 15 minutes. Frequency change approved.
Copy, released and off in 10. If not, we'll contact you. And frequency change approved, November 585 Sierra Mike. Alrighty, that's our clearance there. So we've been cleared to straight away to 9,000. So let's get that guy up. So 9,000. So we're going to be landing on 220, so it's fly runway heading. Runway 22. Now we'll just go 220, that makes it fairly easy. 220, we'll leave that in GPS. And from 2,300 we can turn. We've been given a squawk of 3620. And that one there, 3620. And I think we're pretty much...
420, Mike Julie, advise when you have Lindbergh weather.
So we need to switch back to 1227, which is Catalina CTAF, and we'll close the doors. Confirm the doors are closed. Doors are closed. Beacon's on. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. So let's get it started. 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. Okay, that's a good start. Gen 1, Gen 2, you go to Gen off, cooling on, heater on, air on. That there is good. Don't worry about flaps. Fuel pump, right fuel pumper on, go to auto. Let's just check one thing right here, the I-8. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Traffic Catalina Pilotedge PC12 November 505 Sierra Mike IFR taxis, runway 22 traffic Catalan. Taxi light on, let's go. Clear right. So we've got 10 minutes to get off. So he did ask us how long we need, and then he released us straight away, so it sounds like someone is already coming in, and if we get off in the next 10 minutes we'll be okay. Alright, so let's go. Strobes. Catalina traffic, Pilotedge PC12 November 505 Sierra Mike near departs runway 22, climbing for the southeast. Catalina traffic. Let's go. This comes that torque in from the very powerful engine here. Speed's alive. Up we go. Gear up. Let's switch frequencies. Alrighty, so go nose down a little bit, so 2,300. So we go, you're down VPilot, IAS, armed. Okay, maybe we won't, we'll go down. SoCal, November 585 Sierra Mike, we're 3,600 and climb 9,000.
Air 585 Sierra Mike, SoCal approach, roger, right then.
So we go down a bit here, we're a bit slow.
Air 585 Sierra Mike, radar contact 1.5 miles to the west of the Santa Catalina V1. Have the altimeter here for you in a second.
Direct. Alright, we'll go to GPS nav.
585 Sierra Mike, Avalon, altimeter is 2984.
Could be identified at 2984, November 585 Sierra Mike. Hey Milo, yeah, the GTX 750 is really nice. It makes these flights
454 Alpha Hotel, contact Sandbar approach 120.55.
There's that haze that we saw coming in. so we're going to nose down.
Call from Van Nuys, stand by. Now 454 Alpha Hotel. Standard Barber approach, Standard Barber altimeter 1075, expect ventures, visual approach only 15 left. Car 310 Mike Alpha, missed your request, I got 6,500, what was your request again? Roger, what's your aircraft type? Air 310 Mike Alpha, departure frequency 134.2, squawk 5724.
So we have two more after this, the I-10 and the I-11. The next one, the I-10, back course, missed approach, end diversion on one flight. Yeah, right.
310 Mike Alpha, read back is correct.
Well, we've done, this is our third, so let's get some banana. We haven't eaten this morning so far.
Scock 288 Quebec, showing clearance clear to the Van Nuys Airport. On departure flight heading 220. Expect radar vectors to the Seal Beach BOR, then as filed. Climb maintain 2000. Expect 4,000, 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency SoCal 128.1, squawk 5735.
The sun is going down here in the States now. It's got to be close to 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's that typical sea haze. We're definitely IFR.
Number 80 Quebec, readback is correct. Have a good flight. Air 310 Mike Alpha, Van Nuys ground, Roger, where you parked at?
So we're looking at about 17 minutes in the cruise.
You said east parking?
17 minutes, sorry, until we get to San Diego, so we're not going to take us very long to get down there.
210 Mike Alpha, Roger, runway 16 right, taxi via Bravo and Charlotte. Number 54 Alpha Hotel, descent by discretion, maintain 3000. Air 420 Juliet Mike to Lindbergh Airport, 12 o'clock, 10 miles of lights still in sight.
Just the gauge lights.
Air 420 Mike Juliet to Roger, and contact our clear visual approach runway 27, contact Lindbergh Tower, 118.3.
Alrighty, let's get some charts up here for San Diego. Let's start having a look at what the chart looks like. Approach, the localizer runway 27, okay. So that's this guy here. Let's just make him a little bit better. There we go. Alrighty, so...
420 Mike Juliet, Lindbergh Tower, good evening, and wind is 2607, runway 27, clear to land.
So there's Mission Bay, that's where we're coming in over, and then we'll get vectors for the localizer runway 27 approach. Jim, thank you so much for the 4 months, buddy. I really do appreciate it. For 4 more months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for the love and support, Jim.
5 Sierra Mike, flight heading is 095, radar vectors to Cardi to join the Mission Bay 320 radio.
Okay, heading 095 to Cardi for the joining the mission to 320 radio, November 5850. Okay, sorry Jim, as soon as you did that, he started talking to me. Okay, so we're heading 095, so 095.
Okay, 310 Mike Alpha, Van Nuys Tower, roger. What was your taxi instructions?
Okay, Cardi 320 radio.
Okay, what taxiway are you on?
Let's just quickly fact check that. Thank you, Jim, again. Thank you for the love and support. I really do appreciate it. It means the world.
Okay, well, what taxiway did you use to get to Charlie?
What was...
Negative, you're on Alpha there.
Oh, he's getting in trouble. 320
The position that you reported was east of the field, but you were actually west of the west parking, correct?
It wouldn't be a flight without someone getting in trouble. Just thank God it's not me this trip. Okay, so that's looking good. So 320 radial is the radial that we've got in our plan.
Okay.
So looking back here, so there's Mission Bay just there.
5 Sierra Mike, when able, clear director Cardi, join the Mission Bay 320 degree radio.
Okay, direct Cardi, join the mission at 320 radio, November 5850 Mike. Alrighty, so let's just get rid of the charts real quick and fix this up. So, checking there. So, we'll...
4 Alpha Hotel, the Santa Barbara Airport, 12 o'clock, 20 miles, advise when you're in the field.
What are we doing? Flight plan, direct Cardi, activate, and then we'll go nav. And then from Cardi we know that that's the 320 radial from Cardi to NZB, so we're fine. So it gave us a little bit of track shortening, which is nice. Which is good. Yeah, the tone, Jim, these guys take no prisoners. Oh, really, Jim? Oh, there you go.
310 Mike Alpha, Van Nuys Tower, roger, just wanted to confirm the confusion there, but no problem. Make a right crosswind departure, runway 31, runway 16 right, clear for takeoff.
I've got some lovely, I've got some lovely scenery for San Diego, so hopefully it looks pretty good when we get closer, but we're racing against the clock here. The sun is going down on the west coast, and we've got 11 more minutes before we're there, so that's 11 minutes though direct. We're probably going to chuck another 5 on there for the approach, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Approach November 5850 Mike request.
585 Sierra Mike, go ahead.
Are we able to get from Mission Bay, are we able to get vectors for the localizer runway 27 into San Diego, please? November 5850.
585 Sierra Mike, contact Central approach 119.6, makes that request.
119.6, November 5850 Mike.
So 6479, cross Spink, got to maintain level 240.
I've never been, Jim. Here it is. It looks okay in the sim, but I flew in there at night. I'm trying to get there at day. Approach November 5850 Mike, review at 9,000.
585 Sierra Mike, so can approach the Palomar altimeter 2977, good evening.
2977.
So 6479 LA Center. So 6479 negative, cross Spink at and maintain level 240.
Okay. We know he's pretty much going to give us the route we want. Sorry, the approach we want. So let's go and put that in now.
54 Alpha Hotel, flight heading 290 vectors to San Barbara Airport.
Localizer, it's going to be approach for the localizer runway 27. going to be vectors, load the approach. Yep, there we go. So what we'll go here is the start of the approach is the LiDAR.
310, Mike Alpha, contact SoCal departure.
So let's go in and put here in the vertical speed calculator. So I calculate we need to be there at 4,000.
310, Mike Alpha, contact SoCal departure.
No, is that put us 40,000? That's
454 Alpha Hotel, clear visual approach, runway 15 left, contact Santa Barbara Tower, 119.7, good day.
1,000, want to be there for that one. So we've got descent in about 2 minutes, really, if we're going to make that. Oh, well.
Hey, who was calling Van Nuys?
To meet LiDAR at 4,000. Oh, we can go down, we'll go down at negative 1,500. Time up now. Oh,
3880 Quebec, John Wayne ground runway 20 right, thanks to via Bravo Kilo.
One thing we need to do, and we're going to piss off the ATC, is bring our world objects up a little bit. Before we do that, actually, I might just do a quick
2880 Quebec, that is correct.
Save flight, and then we'll just
310 Mike Alpha, SoCal approach, where are you calling?
Just do a quick reload here while we up the scenery here to enable night lighting. GM, it's always a popular spot for
310 Mike Alpha, SoCal approach
on the weekends and stuff. Oh, nice. Well, there you go, Jim. We learn something new every day. Hopefully this doesn't piss off the ATC. The Smart Pirate, your favourite video.
5850 Mike, advise when you have Lindbergh weather and advise with approach request if you got one.
Approach November 5850, Mike, just a quick radio check. Approach November 5850, Mike, affirm we do have the weather and request vectors from Mission Bay for the localised approach runway 27 if available, November 5850, Mike.
5850 Mike, roger, I have your request, stand by. 454 Alpha Hotel, Santa Barbara Tower, did you call?
Smart Pilot, your favourite VOS pilot, saying hello from NYC. Who's my favourite? I've got lots of favourites, everyone's my favourite.
454 Alpha Hotel, Santa Barbara Tower, roger, enter left downwind runway 15 left, report base.
Let's go ahead and set this up anyway. So 1109, which we've got set there. The decision height for this approach, we just bring the chart up so you guys can see what the hell I'm talking about. The decision for this is 680. 680 is set. So it's going to be Mission Bay, and then we're going to get vectors hopefully around here, probably out here, and then jump on at Yankee Delta Delta Alpha, where we shoot the localizer approach. There is no visual there's no...
5, Mike, just want to confirm you want vectors for the localizer runway 27 from Mission Bay?
We're happy on either, as long as we just get vectors from anywhere for the localizer approach runway 27 for the IA, November 5850, Mike.
November 50, Mike, roger, vectors for the approach by heading 100. 100,
November 5850, Mike. Sorry guys, just 1 second, we'll continue with that chat in just a second. So it's heading 100, this is that one there, so turn you off to heading mode on. So it's going to vector us away and for the approach. Alrighty.
420 Mike Juliet, roger, say park.
Okay, so looking at the chart, we need to use, we've got no VNAV here. So localizer has no glide slope to capture and to send the aircraft, so we need to make
420 Mike Juliet, roger, contact Lindbergh ground on 123.9.
We track these points here, which is something that we'll do quite easily.
Good night.
Okay, so we're vectors for the approach now, so we'll go ahead and switch our nav source to that. We want course 275.
280 Quebec, John Wayne Tower, runway 20 ready at Kilo, clear for takeoff. Wind 190 8.
275 is set. 1101, which we'll just go ahead and set now, so it's activated. And we've got Now, should we cock it up and have to go round, so Mr. Approach is climb 2,500 feet on heading 275 and outbound on the ends of the VLR radial 255 to CC8, and then we intercept it. We go, yeah, we can hold at Mike Zulu Bravo.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, just to maintain 7,000.
7,000, November 585 Sierra Mike. So 7,000. 7,000 arm, and we'll go down 1, 2, 3.
Airport 20 Mike Julia, roger, turn left on Bravo, hold short of runway 27 and Bravo 6.
Just bring the busy map down.
Number 4 Alpha Hotel, I have you in sight, runway 15 left, clear to land, wind 1407.
Anyone on the stream, can someone give me a meta for KSAN for me? So exclamation mark meta space Kilo Sierra Alpha November. If someone can give me one, that'd be great.
Alright, 0 Quebec, contact SoCal departure, good night.
Nobody's there or listening to me, so that's right, I'll do it.
Airport 20 Mike Juliet, negative, cross runway 27 and Bravo 6 and join Charlie to the right. Air 288 0 Quebec, SoCal departure, radar contact, climb maintain 4,000.
Okay, there's 7,000 we're approaching, it's armed, so we should start to level out now. Which we have. We'll go ahead and activate that. There's 7,000. Seatbelt signs back on. Go ahead and turn the window reflections off there, so it just makes it a bit of a nicer view out there rather than having window reflections on.
Number 80 Quebec, turn right heading 290, when able, proceed direct to Papa, resume navigation.
Seen any traffic around? Oh yes, we've got one ahead, we've got one out to the right there, about 3 o'clock. Don't know if you guys can see him on stream, he's just there.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, turn right heading 130, descend to maintain 5,000.
Right heading 130 down to 5,000, 5 Sierra Mike. 130.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, contact SoCal approach 124.35, good night.
SoCal approach 124.35, 505 Sierra Mike. SoCal approach, good evening, November 585 Sierra Mike is with you, heading 130 down to 5.
Air 585 Sierra Mike, SoCal approach, Limburg altimeter 298.1, expect vectors for the localizer runway 27 approach.
298.1, expect vectors for the localizer approach 27, 550.
Air 4 Alpha Hotel, where you parking?
We are a bit far out here.
Air 454 Alpha Hotel, where you parking? Air 454 Alpha Hotel, Santa Barbara Tower. Air 454 Alpha Hotel, Santa Barbara Tower, how do you hear? Air 5 Sierra Mike, fly heading 160.
160, November 550. Okay, 160 set.
So 6479, contact Albuquerque Center 128.45 to 2845.
That's San Diego over here. Yeah, that looks like it. Localizer.
Airport 20 Mike, Julia, affirmative, pass for the I-4, good job. Thanks, you too.
Start slowing up here now. So looking at the chart, you can see us just off to the right.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, stay speed.
505 Sierra Mike with 190 knots.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, maintain 180 knots.
180 knots, November 505 Sierra Mike. So that's 190, 185, 190. So there's no auto throttle in this aircraft, so it's something that we need to make sure that we are doing. So I'm going to have to stay on top of that one. So it is 5,000.
5 Sierra Mike, fly heading 190, just to maintain 4,000.
Right 190 down to 4,000, November 5 Sierra Mike. Right 190 down to 4,000. And 123. Okay, so 4,000 right there.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, fly heading 220.
220, November 5 Sierra Mike. 220.
Air 5 Sierra Mike, 3 miles from Vita, fly heading 245, just set the localizer. Cross flight at 4,000, clear localizer, runway 27 approach.
Okay, fly heading 2450, sorry, correction, fly heading 245 until established theatre, localizer approach. There's the localizer coming in live there. Let's go get you up to runway heading. So we clear the localizer approach so we can descend. So our next descent is 3,600. And we want to do that passing into there. So we want to be at OK.
Tower 2880 Quebec contact, SoCal approach on 1. Make it 134.9 or 34.9. Quebec affirmative, approach on 134.9, good day.
Tower is going to be, tower is 1183.
Tower 2880 Quebec, SoCal approach, good evening, LA altimeter 2977. Tower 585, Sierra Mike at Rebo, contact Lindbergh Tower 118.3, good night.
At Rebo, over to Tower 1183, November 505 Sierra Mike, good night. So next waypoint is 2,700. Okay, so that's there, so we can descend there now. And 1, 2, 3. You down to 2,000. And a Rebo, we contact the tower. Taxi lights, we'll switch to tower ahead of time. Ground chart we want is 1239. San Diego Tower, very good evening, November 585 Sierra Mike, localizer approach 20, correction 27.
585 Sierra Mike, Lindbergh Tower, good evening, the wind is 2706, runway 27, clear to land.
Good land, November 585 Sierra Mike. Alrighty, let's hand fly. Get rid of the chart now, the need for it. keep the descent going. There we go, out of the cloud. One more stage of flap. Do our correction. Go. Some fancy weather going on here. Minimums continue. We have waiting clearance. It is 6 knots, a little bit from the left, and that's minimum, so we'll go continue. More stage of flap. Back online. God, it makes such the worst noise ever. That sounded a lot worse than what it was. Okay, we'll jump on Bravo 6 here.
Air 5, Sierra Mike, is correct when able, contact ground 123.9, good day.
Okay, we're able to over to ground 1239 over. Number 50 Mike. So we'll take the exit to the right here with the GA. Ground, very good evening, November 585 Sierra Mike. We're up on Charlie 6 for the GA down there by the end of 27.
Air 585 Sierra Mike, Lindbergh ground, good evening. Continue taxi via Charlie, Hotel and Juliet to the ramp.
Hotel Charlie and Juliet to the bay. And how do we go with the I-8, November 585 Sierra Mike?
Number 5 Sierra Mike is a pass for the good job.
Thanks very much.
Not a problem, have a good night.
We passed the I-8, woo! Yeah. 3 for 3. Go team. Alrighty. Not off, straight off.
Number 2880 Quebec, say your request. Air 280 Quebec, I'll go ahead and forward that request to you, to the next controller.
Well, we got to see a bit of San Diego there before the sun went down. Pretty good timing actually. You get a little bit of both of this, both worlds. You get to see it outside the window, and then you get to see it with all the lights on, looking really nice. So that's GA just here. Yeah, we see GA just here. We can fit in there, right? Sure can.
280 Quebec, East, tell me you can expect Alice Zulu, runway 16 right approach. Depart Santa Monica, heading 320.
Probably as good a place as any to pull up. Okay, you there. So
Hey, affirmative. Depart Santa Monica, heading 320 for 280 Quebec.
Your system's off. You're off. Taxi light is off. Yeah, that's off. You're off. And shutting down. There we go. Welcome everyone to San Diego. Beacon off. And generator off. And we'll kill the battery. There we go. Passenger doors, badge doors, and static elements on too. There we go. Welcome to San Diego, everyone. I hope you enjoyed those flights. So we've now done the i6, i7, and i8 today. That's a pretty decent effort. With the remainders to come. So let's have a bit of a look here. As usual, we need to check out the good old Pilotedge website and make sure that we're on the website before we log off. Boom, we certainly are. There's the i8. And Marissa K did the i4 and Paul A did the Cat 5. So that's really good. So we're now set for the next ones, which are the i9 is retired temporarily at the moment. So now we begin probably two of the harder ones now. So doing a missed approach, it's not too difficult. It's tracking outbound and taking up a hold typically, but then diversion as well. So that'll have us thinking on our feet. I probably want to have a bit of a think about how that works on the GTN 750 before I do it. I don't know what its divert characteristics are like, so we probably want to have a check that one out. So having a bit of a look at the I-10, fly from Santa Barbara to Santa Maria, shoot the localizer DME, okay, BCA approach, okay, so they're making it hard, we're not just shooting an ILS, execute a missed approach, hold, then divert to KSBP. For the VORA approach, circling to the active runway. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of work, that one. So what we might do, that might be tomorrow's stream. That might be the objective for tomorrow's stream. This time tomorrow. But guys, I hope you all really did enjoy the stream. We did obviously the donations through to the Cancer Council, and we've spun up for the Royal Flying Doctors Service. So for September, we'll be raising money for the RFDS, as we call it, which is a fantastic organisation that provides remote assistance, not only in this this aeroplane right here, but a whole collection of them. So until next time, guys, thank you so much, and I'll see you all again really soon. Bye for now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks. Don't mind me. I'ma just grab my stuff and leave. Excuse me, please. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Nope. Fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright then. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but I don't really care. I'ma get the fuck up out of here. Fuck this shit, I'm out.